the number one team in Division III, the Bishop Watterson Eagles.
If you're listening at home, you want to have a little bit of an idea where we're at. We're not far from the Columbus Airport.
Yeah, we're right directly in the flight path.
Yeah, we are right there, but we are taking on what is perceived to be the number one Division III team in the state of Ohio, far and away the number one seed in our Region 11. It's a great challenge for the Ironmen. It's a team we have seen before. We've played them 2 times, and that's been recently under the Coach Hall era. 2015, we actually got a win, 14-0 down at Herrnstein Field. And then 2022, just 2 years ago, a heartbreaking loss, 24-22.
Yeah, that's one the Ironmen thought they could have got and slipped away from at the end, and the Bishop Watterson Eagles moved on. And right now it is move on or go home, and that's what the Ironmen are hoping to accomplish tonight.
It is playoff football time, and it doesn't get better than that. We're playing at a stadium. We're kind of compressed in a little bit of a cubbyhole here. We're going to do the best to see the angles that we can see, but the stands, the visiting stands probably hold about 1/5 of what Jackson would hold at the most. We have it filled up, our fans, as we always do, and the band is here. Good representation from Jackson to take on this Bishop Watterson team. They play their games here at Ohio Dominican College. They don't have a field of their own. This is their home field.
Yep.
So it's nice. It's just not Alumni Stadium.
It's in the homestand. You didn't mention that. About maybe 1/3 of what Jackson's. Not nearly as high. But it's going to be a tight game tonight. So.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, it's now time for the Andy Hall pregame show. We'll take you downstairs to Coach Andy Hall and Dan Morrow, and we'll go there right now.
Welcome to the Coach Andy Hall pregame show starring Jackson Ironman head football coach Andy Hall and myself, Dan Morrow. Tonight's show is sponsored once again by Hothead Burritos. Excellent food served from mild to wild, and Sherwood Folks Insurance, proudly representing Frankenmuth Insurance Group. Let Dan, Matt, or Jordan handle all your insurance needs, Coach. Playoff game wins don't come easy, but for the 9th time in 11 tries at the Jackson Ironmen were able to defeat a very good New Philadelphia football team 21-14 on our home turf at Alumni Stadium.
Yeah, it was a big win for our program. Like we said last week, this is the first time these two schools have ever faced each other and didn't have any common opponents. I had no one I could reach that part of the state to talk to about their evaluation of what New Philly could do or couldn't do. And so literally we were going off just film, and as the game went on, trying to feel our way through their weaknesses and strengths. We knew going in that they've had a nice run, 5 or 6 wins in a row, beat their big rival in Dover the week before in a convincing fashion. We knew they had some size and they had some good speed. They were physical. How physical and how big, you don't really know till the game starts. So, we come out early on, and it's kind of like a heavyweight boxing match. We're feeling each other through, and trading blows here and there. But and I think it's significant of how low scoring the first half was, as both teams are trying to feel each other out and see what they could possibly get done.
Second possession of the game gave us a little clue as to what was going to happen the rest of the night. A 12-play, 67-yard drive finished with a Nolan Johnson 5-yard touchdown.
Right, and we wanted to, control the line of scrimmage early on and attempt to do that, of course. And, our offensive line, I thought, played really well last week. And Nolan Johnson was a workhorse, had over 25 carries and, got us on the board, that's like you said, that second possession. But overall, I was really happy with our defense, though. I thought, a quarterback that came in that game that had thrown for 275 yards and had rushed, was a leading rusher on their team for the year. So a dual threat kid that could really put up a lot of points, and to hold him like we did and to make life really tough on him, in the passing game, I thought was just outstanding. We put a lot of pressure on our down 3 guys, moving Ryan Taylor from linebacker to D lineman at times. So he and Wes Clegg and Bryce Delaney just, gave those offensive linemen fits all night long and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and really kept him in check throughout the whole night.
We've talked before about the yards are yards, but rushing yards really stand out more so than passing yards. The stats usually tell the story of a game. Jackson rushes for 217 yards in 42 attempts to New Philadelphia's 22 attempts for minus 11 yards.
That's the story of the ball game. And back just a few years ago, we were always averaging 300 to 350 yards a game rushing, and anything less than 300 yards, we thought we had a bad night. But with the way the passing game here in the last few years has been, really since probably 2021, our passing stats have gotten a lot higher, which means your rushing stats drop a little bit. So, we have to look at things a little bit differently. The fact that we had over 200 yards rushing, before we used to be a really bad night, it's now a pretty good night because we're averaging over 150 yards passing. So again, at the end of the day, like you said, yards are yards. But to hold them to minus 30 yards rushing, or whatever that, like you said, that stat was outstanding. And that was the key of the game, to be honest.
Offensive line flexed some muscle this last week.
They did. And, it starts with, Colson Oyer and Jacob Allen. Those two really, establish things up front and are good leaders to help the other guys get going. I thought, with Hunter Seitz at center, Jeb Thompson and Griffin Leach and Jay Sturgill got to start last week. I thought those guys really kind of followed suit and got things established. And of course, Gavin Jones and Ryan Taylor, our two tight ends, which we use a lot in different formations, I thought did a great job too. So, to be able to sustain the line of scrimmage and really, and you look back at the end of the game, that last, after they had scored to now be down just one score, for us to be able to, the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes of the game to hold on to the football and then not have a chance for another offensive possession was just so critical. And I thought it spoke volumes of our toughness and our willingness to just, overcome adversity and understand, hey, we need to keep this ball so they don't have a chance to score again. And we were able to do that and run the clock out. And even though the score was, just a 7-point game in the playoffs, it's just winning in advance. It doesn't matter at the end of the day how much you win by or whatever, or what the stats are. The only stat that matters at this point is, did you win or did you lose? And if you win, you move on. If you lose, you're packing your stuff and going home.
Where you're talking about the guys in the trenches, this is going to allow these kind of things to happen. Nolan Johnson, the workhorse, 29 carries, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bodie Wooford, 8 for 10. His accuracy's been unreal this year. 114 yards, a touchdown, and that goes to Gavin Jones, his 9th reception of the year, and lo and behold, 6 of those have been touchdowns. Ryan Simez, another game like Ryan always has, 5 receptions, 77 yards. Huge play was 43-yard reception to set up the second touchdown. Those kind of stats don't happen without a lot of other guys in the trenches making things work.
You're right, and not giving up a sack again was huge. And so being able to have time to throw the football, to spread that ball around like Bodie has done. Like I said, Gavin Jones, all he does is just catch touchdowns. That's the outcome we tease him about, but that's what he does. He's a big play guy, and that's something we're going to need out of him tonight. But Ryan Simons now has 50 plus catches, which I know is a school record now. There's been years probably in Jackson where you haven't completed 50 passes for the season, and for one kid to have over 50 catches himself is just outstanding. And only a junior, which is very exciting. But we have spread the ball around here in the last few weeks, and that's something that we have to continue to do.
Well, those stats for last game. Yearly stats, 199 carries for Nolan Johnson, 1,448 yards and 20 touchdowns. The man finds the end zone. Bodie Wooford, 99 throws, completions for 143 throws, 1,885 yards, nearing a school record. We know of that. And tying a school record with 25 touchdowns. Ryan Simons, you just mentioned, 50 catches, 958 yards, and 11 touchdowns. These stats, they're just jumping out off the page at you.
They are. And, it's a compliment to these guys who've gotten better each and every week. And like I said, it starts up front with those offensive linemen. But then, our quarterback play for the last 2 years has just been outstanding. And, Bodie understands where to go with the football. He doesn't turn the ball over much. He's not an emotional kid. Now, he is on defense a little bit, but on offense, he keeps, that straight face and understands, hey, when things are great, we stay calm. If things are bad, we stay calm. And, he is what a quarterback needs to be, and his leadership has been just incredible, and that's why, we have the stats we have.
Defense through 11 weeks has not allowed a point in the first quarter. The only points they've allowed came on a fumble, scoop, run-in touchdown. They've outscored the opponents 112 points to 7.
Yeah, that's amazing. And again, kudos to our defensive staff and our defensive players. We hope that stat holds up again tonight. But to give up basically no points, that was off our offense. Being able to not block a 3 technique, and he hits the back before we hand the ball off. But that wasn't on the defense. So really, you could say the defense has shut out opponents. In the first quarter. So again, that helps us get a lead, and I think that's going to be crucial tonight in a game the size of this.
Maybe the biggest play of the game, Tucker Williams' huge goal line tackle right before half on 3rd and 1. What a play by a senior who's just been nothing but outstanding.
Right. I mean, he's, like I said, he's that Swiss Army knife. He does everything for this football team, and that was the key play of the game by far. We kind of let them drive down there on a couple penalties. Like I said, 3rd and goal from basically the 1-yard line. He shoots the gap, tackles the back for a loss. They have no timeouts. They set up to throw a pass. Christian Gillum does a great job of defending the slant, gets a tip, tips the ball down. We give up no points. And we get the ball come out the second half. And so, again, instead of being down 14-7, it's 7-7 with the momentum in our favor.
You mentioned it, 6:03 to go in the game. We have the 7-point lead. To put the game away, we have to run the clock. They have timeouts, and they have plenty of time. But, my gosh, what an impressive run. And just hang it on. Not only Tucker Williams with great runs, Nolan Johnson with great runs, offensive line decided to take over.
They did, and I tell you what, Bryce Delaney had one heck of a game too. His blocks and that power eye at the fullback and halfback positions were just unbelievable. And he's kind of our unsung hero. I was so happy to see him, get first team all conference last week because, his stats are not jumping off the page, but he's our blue collar guy. He's the toughness of our program, and a kid that never misses a weightlifting session. The guy just lives for this high school football experience, and his toughness is what it resembles our program. It's what our program is all about, and he does all the dirty work. And like I said, his performance on defense and really defense all year has been outstanding. But what he's able to do to help Nolan Johnson out has just been incredible all season.
Well, obviously you can tell I love talking about that win last Friday night. It was spectacular to watch. That makes Jackson a total of 14-18 in the history of our team in playoff games. And the big thing is it's our 19th trip, and you now are 11-11 in the history of playoff games. Obviously, 11 of our 14 wins have come under your reign, but there is a game tonight, and we advance, and it is pretty special, and it's Jackson versus Bishop Watterson, and I don't know, it doesn't get any bigger than this, Coach.
It doesn't. The number one team in the state of Ohio in Division III, and I put all the names of our teams in our region on the board this summer in the weight room, and I told the kids, I said, if you want to advance and achieve your goals, here's all the teams you got to pass and play against. And so, Watterson was that number one team. We know they were in the state finals last year, lost a heartbreaker really to Toledo Central Catholic, who was just an outstanding team as well. But, our kids have a goal in mind, and that is to compete for a regional championship. And so, Watterson, outstanding program, very well coached, have some former Ohio State Buckeyes that have kids now playing in the program they're now coaching. We played these guys 2 years ago, if you recall. Both our sophomore classes, of course, are very talented. At the time, we got beat 24-22 on a 2-point conversion play we just missed to tie to go in overtime there in Chillicothe. So, we've played these guys before, and of course back in 2000, I think it was 15, we beat them 14-0 in really a defensive struggle game. So our kids understand what Watterson's about. They're a very disciplined program. They're very tough and physical. Their front four up front on defense is probably the best 4 defensive linemen we'll see all year. They're the key to their defense. Only one team has scored has only scored 2 touchdowns on them all year, and that was Bishop Hartley. So again, we know our offense has their hands full to try to move the football. But again, we've had a great week of practice, and our kids understand, hey, we respect everyone, we fear no one. And I know that sounds cliche, but, in games like this, that's what you need, to be able to understand, hey, we're playing a great football team, and they deserve all the honors that they have achieved. But, we're pretty good too. And, our kids, again, respect your opponent, but you don't fear them, and we need a great performance out of our kids tonight.
Jackson started football back in 1898. That's a while back in there. Bishop Watterson didn't start till 1956. I'm 1 year older than that, Coach, than their football history. They have won 500 games in their career, lost 234. That's 7 ties included, 68% winning percentage. They're in that Catholic League in Columbus. It includes DeSales, Bishop Hartley, and St. Charles. They've had a great run through the year at 10-0, and the closest game they had was 28-13 win over Bishop Hartley. This is a special team.
It is. And, they've got a lot of big-time players and big-time names on this squad. That's really the only game they've been tested all year was the Hartley game. And so, like I said, we have to be able to sustain drives against these guys. We got to block them up front. If we can't block them at the point of attack, then we'll be another team that doesn't score more than 1 touchdown tonight. So, again, we have to be able to move the football. Everyone knows we're a run team, a run-first team. So we have to be able to do that. That sets up Bodie in of course, the play-action game to find Ryan and Charlie and Eli and those guys in their secondary to get the ball to them. But, it's a tall task, but our kids are excited about it. We've had a great week of practice, great week in the weight room. Jason Prater came in, of course, like he always does, Monday and Wednesday, and just grinded them in there. So their bodies are ready. And they know that, for us to move the football, we have to get those 4 defensive linemen off the football so we can get into that second level. And then, of course, on defense, they've got great skill athletes. The Belsari kid, of course, his dad was an All-American linebacker for Ohio State. He's the guy that kind of runs the show. He's a multi-dimensional kid. He's a run-pass guy. Good athlete. He's throwing to a 6'8" tight end who's a big-time basketball player. He's on the AAU basketball circuits. He's got a couple 6'4" receivers. A Ulanake, which a lot of the older Jackson people may know his name. His dad played center for Ohio State back years ago, and I think, matter of fact, there may be 2 of them on the team. So again, they've got weapons. They've got nice size up front. They have a left tackle that's about 6'7", around almost 300 pounds. He's a Division I prospect. I know him and Jake Allen have been to a lot of the camps and been a lot of visits, at the same time. So they kind of know each other a little bit. But, we have to do the best we can. I know with our size in the secondary for us to be able to defend them, but we got to put pressure on the quarterback. We got to get off his spot, get him uncomfortable like we did last week with our 3 down linemen. And if we can do that, then we can put them in some tough situations. Because when you look at their scores, they haven't been challenged a lot this year. They've had a lot of great wins, and those wins have come pretty quickly. So again, we got to make this a phone booth type game, a tough between the tackles type contest, and see what happens.
Health-wise, we're holding up okay. It's been a great year, basically, for injuries. We overcame the ones with Nolan early in the year and Bodie, but health-wise, that's one of the reasons we are 9-2.
Yeah.
I guess 9-2 now, and hoping to get to number 10.
Yeah, and you're right. And those kids have been able to work through their injuries and now are pretty healthy. But like I said, we're just very excited about this opportunity. You're on a stage for the state to see, because everyone's going to look to see what Watterson's doing. And I told the kids, beginning of the week, no one gives us a chance to win this game. everyone expects Watterson to be in the state finals, and they're good enough to be in the state finals. But, our kids are not going to be intimidated. Our kids are going to be excited about this. I feel like we'll play our best game tonight, and if we do that, we have a chance to win the ball game.
The senior class could do something beyond special. The last 3 years is the only time a Jackson Ironman football team has won 10 games back to back to back. This year could make it number 4 with a win tonight.
Right, and what a way as a senior class to put a notch in your belt again for your legacy. They've been able to win 4 straight conference championships, which is unbelievable. To win, to win 10 games 4 years in a row, it sets another mark, would be outstanding as well. So, this is a tough region. We knew that going in, but I can't say enough how well our kids have prepared this week, how confident they are. It's going to be one heck of a ball game, and I hope we have a great, fan turnout tonight up here at High Dominican University. Great weather for high school football, and it's going to be a great game between 2 really talented teams.
Gosh, Coach, wish you the very best of luck. This one's exciting. It's what all that lifting and working in August does to get to this point.
It is, and our preseason schedule with our scrimmages and our non-league games, the tough teams we've had throughout the year, this is what prepares you for games like this.
We will see you in the postgame. Stay tuned for more pregame activities with the voice of the Jackson Ironman, Mr. Dan Dobbins, and the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson.
The Ghost has arrived at Hothead Burritos, and he's our hottest yet. Carolina Reaper cheese, flamin' ghost pepper sauce, hot grilled chicken, sliced jalapenos, and more. Burrito or bowl, the Ghost is here to make all who crave spicy and hot howl with happiness. We dare you to try it. The Ghost is not for the timid. He's a burrito that's from another dimension. Hurry though, because the Ghost will be haunting Hothead only for a limited time. Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
Hey, all you Ironman football fans, it's the Chubby Guys podcast, and this year we're bringing you the player of the game each and every single week. Tune in on our Facebook page at chubbyguys@facebook.com, and tune in on our YouTube, our TikTok, our Instagram, anywhere you love your media, that's where we are. Each and every single Friday night, Dan, and Pete are bringing you the live results in the post-game show for who the Chubby Guys podcast player of the week is. So make sure you tune in each and every Friday night. Go Ironman!
Iron City Implement at the corner of Broadway and Water Streets in Jackson is your one-stop spot for keeping your life on track and moving. Whether it's home or commercial, Iron City Implement has you covered with quality Napa brand auto parts and more. They have all the tools to make that job easier and done right. Milwaukee powered tools, gas powered generators, tools and parts and products you may have never even thought you needed. Need a special part you just can't seem to find anywhere else? There's a good chance that you'll find it at Iron City Implement.
ERA Martin & Associates is your local connection to buying and selling real estate. They have a team of great agents ready to help you not only find a property, but actually buy it. There are a lot of steps involved in buying or selling real estate, and it's important to work with an agent you trust to guide you through. ERA agents are extensively trained, and that training never ends because you are too important. ERA Martin & Associates with offices in Jackson and Wellston, wishing all of our local athletes great success.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
If you're happy and you know it, then your face will show.
Let's go out and do something.
If you're happy,
something like what?
I don't know,
something fun, something exciting, something new, something delish.
I know. Let's go bowling at Leella Lanes and eat pizza at Amore's Pizzeria.
Because of you. Yeah,
we are happy
something
and
fun and exciting.
Especially with something new at Leella Lanes.
Especially with new renovations underway at Leella Lanes.
Not to forget that Amore's Pizzeria is right inside of Leella Lanes.
Let's go now.
Leella Lanes and Amore's Pizzeria.
Something great.
You're listening to the Jackson Ironmen on Mix 96 FM.
We're back here at Ohio Dominican University football field, which doubles as a home field for Bishop Watterson. They're the home team tonight. The Jackson Ironmen are the visitors. Pete Wilson.
All right, well, Bishop Watterson, of course, you heard Coach Hall talk about them. Respect them, but don't be afraid of them. But Bishop Watterson, we've seen good teams before from Bishop Watterson. They've almost always in the playoffs, but we've played against them very well the 2 times we've played against them. But this Watterson team, I think, is a cut above. If you just look at the scores and you look at the stats, this team is averaging 42.3 points per game, only giving up 7.2. And the difference in the scores in most of their games is wide enough that you know that they're probably playing a lot of reserves late in the game. But their closest game this year was against Central Catholic League foe Hartley. That score was 28-13. This team has beaten 6 teams with winning records, including one team that has gone undefeated since then, Big Walnut, and another team that has lost only 1 since then. So Watterson is certainly battle-tested. I think they kind of were pointing towards this being their season, that they might go all the way, but tonight the Jackson Ironmen stand in their way.
Well, we are minutes away from kickoff. The Ironmen lost the toss. Bishop Watterson won, but they have deferred, so it'll be Jackson receiving the football first. Bishop Watterson will be kicking off to our Ironmen, so it is now time to turn it over to the voice of the Jackson Ironmen, Mr. Dan Dobbins.
All right, thank you, Dan. As the Ironmen take the field, they're wearing their white jerseys with the red pants, and Bishop Watterson Eagles are wearing those gold helmets with the maroon jerseys. They are the home team, and number 38, Mike Antry, will kick off for the Eagles. Back deep for the Ironmen. Ryan Simons in the middle, linked on the left by, so we got Nolan Johnson and Tucker Williams, and this one goes to Tucker Williams, picks it up inside the 15, and he's tackled before he gets the 20-yard line. It was a shorter kick taken at the 13-yard line by Tucker Williams.
Yeah, it had a pretty good bounce to it, so by the time Tucker could get his hands on it, coverage was down there, so the Ironmen will start backed up just a little bit. I think we're going to mark it about the 19-yard line offensively. That offensive line we've bragged about in the pregame show that was so good last week. Senior Hunter Seitz starts out the center position. Jacob Allen Colson Oyer on the right side, Jeb Thompson, Griffin Leach, or Jay Sturgill. They mix those guys in and out continually. They'll be on the left side. Tight ends obviously will be Gavin Jones and an awful lot of Ryan Taylor in there.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Ironmen. They all start from just inside the 19-yard line. From the left hash mark, Bodie Wolford will stand in the shotgun. Wideouts to the right. And the handoff, a little play action. And Wolford ducks one defender and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it, if he did, in fact.
Very athletic, quick defense. Bodie with a good pump fake there, able to miss the first would-be pass rusher. He's able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, 2nd and 10. This game is just underway, a Region 11 quarterfinal game.
If you're wondering, Watterson won their first-round playoff game. They defeated a team from Southeastern Ohio, the Warren Local Warriors, 44-7, but they were up 37-0 at halftime.
All right, Simons to the left for the Ironmen. Backs are split as Bodie Wolford under center, hands off right side, and not getting to the 20-yard line is Nolan Johnson, so it'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Ironmen.
Would you say Nolan Johnson's a bit of a marked man by the scouting report for Bishop Watterson after the season he had, but a special game last week in that playoff win? Watterson's defense has done a good job on the first 2 snaps. Ironman facing a 3rd and 9. Would sure love to connect something here, keep the ball in our hands.
The Airmen break the huddle. Tucker Williams in the slot. Charlie Woodard out wide to the left. As Bodie Wolford stands in the shotgun. 3rd and 9. And around the end right side, but not able to get the first down out to about the 25-yard line.
Run pass option, it looks like, but it was a keeper by Bodie. Fake to the running back. Bodie takes it around the right side. Able to advance yards, but we're going to come up about 4 yards shy of the first down needed.
And that'll bring Thatcher Brown in to punt it away with Cal Mangini back deep, the lone return man for the Eagles. Good snap by the Ironman center. Good high kick, and they're going to let it bounce. And it takes a Eagle bounce, and it will be down at the Ironman 45-yard line. The field position critical in this type of a game, and right now the Eagles will start inside the Ironman 50.
Good high kick by Thatcher, but he didn't get that turf roll like he normally gets on that. It bounced straight up in the air. Great field position for Watterson.
Drew Ballas, where's number 4? He's the quarterback for the Watterson Eagles. Wide outs to both sides, slot left, and 1st and 10, handoff, and this will be a stop. Handoff was Zach Weber, I believe.
That was McCoy, number 12.
Okay, number 12.
He was taking a lot of snaps in practice. I didn't know his name before the game, but obviously he's one of the guys who's going to carry the ball tonight for a team that can both run and pass, but maybe a little bit more run heavy about 2/3 of the time.
From the 43-yard line, 2nd and 8 for the Bishop Watterson Eagles. Wide outs to both sides as Ballasari stands 4 yards deep in the gun, looking to pass. Has time, now throwing it up the field, and it is complete at the 39-yard line, tackled short of the first down at the 38.
Looked very calm in the pocket there as he pump faked a couple times, finally found a receiver short some positive yards. Grant Kennedy getting the start at the nose guard position. Colson Oy or Bryce Delaney, the two defensive tackles. Nolan Johnson, Gavin Jones, the outside linebackers. Inside linebackers, Tucker Williams and Ryan Taylor have been the leading tacklers on the team most of the year.
No score here in this football game. We're in the first quarter. 8:39 remains, and timeout called by the officials, and it'll be a Bishop Watterson timeout. And we'll do the same with 8:34 remaining first quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. BCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Join one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest by calling 833-775-1595 or visit bcrmco.com to apply. BCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
Keep your athlete in action with Holzer's Saturday morning sports injury clinics. Dr. Kelly Rausch and Charles Zurenberg offer Saturday morning sports clinics at Holzer Sycamore and Gallipolis, and the Holzer Jackson Clinic on Pattonsville Road every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. during the fall sports season. Dr. Rausch and Dr. Z have the experience to keep your athlete in action. No appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome.
8:24 remaining in this first quarter, and officials with a 50-second count on the timeout instead of a 60, and we missed the first down run by the Watterson Eagles. So it's 1st and 10 at the Airman 35-yard line. Here's a handoff, and going over the left side, and the Ironman defense stuffs him for about a 1 or 2 yard gain.
Great job there defensively for the Ironmen. Looked like Tucker Williams in there coming up off the bottom of the pile. Other starters, just getting to them. The 2 cornerbacks, Christian Gillum and Eli Ray in the secondary. At the free safety will be Bodie Wooford, and at the strong safety, Ryan Simets.
Trips wide to the right for the Watterson Eagles as they're looking at a 2nd and 8. And here's a handoff right up the middle to Weber, and he gets a short gain down to the 31-yard line.
Wes Clegg in that time. Nose guard trips up the running back. Had a blitz coming with Ryan Taylor. He runs in there quickly, raises some havoc. Wes Clegg makes the tackle. Now we're facing a very doable 3rd and pretty much a long 6.
7:10 remains in this scoreless first quarter. Each team has had the ball once. Bishop Watterson, 3rd down and a long 6 as Ballasari takes the little play action.
Coming at
and looking
him.
in the get him. The Ironman sacking
Nolan Johnson.
back at the 37-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 12.
Boy, did Nolan defeat the offensive line getting around the end and had a straight shot at Belisari, brings him down 4th and long. I think they'll play for it with this field position.
Absolutely. 4th and 12 from the 37-yard line. Belisari looks to the sideline, has wideouts to both sides. He'll take the side, and he'll quick kick it, and it will be a punt. And they'll try to pin the Ironmen deep, and they will play field position. The punt rolls dead inside the 10-yard line.
Nice option when you have your quarterback be a punter, stand in that shotgun formation, and go ahead and kick it. They get it inside the 10. Excellent execution. Pete.
Looks like it's going to be a 28-yard punt, which is doggone good when it ends up on the 9-yard line. What they call the coffin corner kick. Rolls dead there, and the Ironmen do stop Watterson, but they'll have to start from their own 9-yard line this time.
And backs to the wall with 6:07 remaining in this scoreless first quarter.
We've been in the backside red zone on both our possessions. Let's see if we can get out of that. The goal line is on. It's in our backside there.
Wolford in the shotgun, looking to pass, standing inside his 5, and he'll go down.
He is going to be about the 1-yard line. Got hit very quickly. Tried to duck under that tackle. I guess they'll mark us about the 2. Now we are really backed up.
They'll bring up a 2nd down and 17 now for the Ironmen.
Such a fast defense. I mean, they were in there lightning quick.
Not sure what type of play Bodie wanted to run because, as you mentioned, just didn't have time.
No.
All right. Power I formation for the Ironmen. Handoff to Johnson. Johnson straight up the middle. Short yardage, if any. They're going to give him out to about the 1.5 yard line.
They run a base 4-4 defense, but that's more of a 6-man front they put up against us there. And they, I don't think we got to the line of scrimmage.
Don't give him any game.
Yeah. They've got 5 people in a 3-point or 4-point stance defensively, and then usually have some linebackers in the gap. It looks like the old Bear defense.
All right, Simus comes wide to the left. The Ironmen are at their own 2-yard line. And here's just a keeper by Bodie Wolfer going out and trying to get some breathing room for the Ironmen punt team as Thatcher Brown will be punting it away in the middle of his end zone.
Senior snapper Gavin Jones. Always you swallow a little bit hard when you're a center and you're going to snap from the 3-yard line, and your punter, his heels are just at the back of the end zone.
Mangini back deep for the Eagles. Snap is a good one. Kick is and the whistles blow it, or the officials blow it dead with the whistle.
It's going to be illegal procedure against the Ironmen. That's only going to cost them about 6 inches.
Yeah, not much there.
Boy, we wasted an excellent snap by senior Gavin Jones, and Thatcher kicked it out there quickly, which you have to do because you don't have your normal distance there that you would be behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. About 10 yards deep is Thatcher. And good snap this time. They don't come after it, but it's a high but short kick, and it will bounce and take a lateral roll, and it will be down inside the 30-yard line. A 28-yard kick.
That is exactly what it is, and twice Thatcher Brown has had to kick that time from almost the back of his end zone, and he did get it out, but Watterson with primo field position this time at the Jackson 30-yard line.
We got him off the field the first possession. Let's see if our defense can do it again. But wow, Jackson not yet with a first down, so it has allowed Watterson with 2 great short fields. This is their second possession.
Yeah, their opening drive started from the Ironman 45. This one starts from 15 yards in at the 30-yard line. Belisari takes the snap, looking deep, going to go for it, and it's caught at the 18-yard line, and inside the 15, still on his feet. Finally brought down at the 13-yard line. That's the big tight end.
Yeah, Jake Uhlenhake, and if you remember that name, his dad was an All-American center at Ohio State, played 9 years in the NFL. He's got 2 sons on this roster, both outstanding athletes, as you would expect.
All right, first down. Ball's at the 14-yard line of the Ironman. Belisari takes a snap and feeds it to the belly of number 10. That's Ben Uhlenhake, and he's inside the 5-yard line, 4-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
That's his sophomore brother getting the call there. Going to be a future great Watterson player. Obviously, he's there now. He'll play inside linebacker on defense and gets some carries in the backfield on offense.
Tommy Haley splits wide to the left. He's the lone wideout. First and goal from the 4. Trying to get the Gaines' first score. There's a handoff, and it's Uhlenhake, and he'll go down. Stop short of the... Oh, he got him in. Second ever, got him into the end zone. And the Bishop Watterson Eagles up 6-0.
That's a beautiful pass play to kind of set this drive up. Uhlenhake with some good running there, kept his feet chopping, just kept kind of cut to the outside just enough, broke a tackle or two, and then got himself into the end zone.
They've had missed opportunity on the short field, their first possession, but the shorter field, their second possession, they capitalize, and the extra point by Mike Antry is up, and it is no good. So 2:53 remains in this first quarter of play. We'll be back right after this.
Do you remember being a kid and waking to the smell of bacon frying on the stove? Or the smell of fresh steaks on the grill? Those days are not over. Dave's Custom Butchering in Wellston brings back those childhood memories with some of the best fresh meats available for your family. Smoked bacon, homemade brats, fresh ground beef, and unbelievable steaks are waiting for you at Dave's Custom Butchering. Dave's Custom Butchering, West Broadway Street in Wellston. Call ahead and we'll have your order ready. 740-384-2340.
Getting ready to start that new home improvement project you've been putting off for weeks? Not entirely sure what supplies are needed? Let Hammond Hardware and Lumber help you get everything you need. Locally owned and conveniently located on Main Street in Hamden, Hammond Hardware and Lumber is your one-stop shop for everything from hardware and plumbing to gardening items and Kalmbach feed. They're also an authorized case knife dealer and stocked with unique items like candy, gifts, and Silverbridge coffee. They have everything you need to finish that ever-growing to-do list. Call 740-855-4178 or stop by at 106 North Main Street in Hamden today.
12-yard line. Here's the kickoff by the Eagles as it once again is kicked down the right side to Tucker Williams, and he'll take it out to the 20-yard line for the return. That's where the Airmen will start their third possession.
Kickoff man kicks it high and has not allowed the Airmen to have much opportunity for a return yet. Let's see if Jackson can get some movement here on the offense.
That drive, 3 plays, 30 yards, once again taking advantage of the short field. They do it quickly that time. 1 pass and 2 runs, and Watterson becomes the first team all season to score an offensive touchdown against this Jackson defense.
All right, Wolford under center. Backs are split behind that offensive line. Handoff goes over the right side with some running room, breaking out into the open and all the way out to the 40-yard line for a 20-yard gain.
Nice job there, right side of the offensive line, giving Nolan Johnson some room. Jacob Allen, Colson Hoyer over there, and he explodes all the way out to the 40. Boy, did the Ironmen need that snap.
Yes, indeed.
This is a little different look defensively than Watterson has showed all year. They're going true five-man front. They put a linebacker in a gap, then kind of over the right tackle, and then so it's really a 6-2-3 kind of defense.
Charlie Woodard splits wide to the left for the Airmen, and whistles, stopping the play. And a substitution.
I think an equipment issue on there by their cornerback.
Yeah. Carter Belisari checks in for the game. For the player who had the equipment problem. So 1st and 10 Jackson. They'll play action in a row. Handoff straight up the middle. And that's Ryan Simons or Tucker Williams, I'm sorry. With the carry, he'll pick up about a yard and a half.
You know, Nolan has been so strong all year at the running back position, but how good was Tucker in that last 6-minute, 3-second drive last week? Handed it to him 3 or 4 times and got good, solid, positive yards every time as the up back.
Yes, he did, and how important was his...
Huge. He was our Monroe Collision Hit of the Week award winner last week with that big tackle at 3rd and 1 on the 1-yard line.
All right, 2nd and 8. And here's a counter play, and it's blown up in the backfield. Inside the 40-yard line, Nolan Johnson had nowhere to go.
Jackson trying to trap a little bit on the inside of that offensive line, but the defender beat us to the point. Basically ran right into Nolan as soon as he was handed the football.
That's a loss of 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 9, or 3rd and 10, with now 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. With the score, Bishop Watterson 6, and the Jackson Ironmen nothing. Third and long for the Airmen, and Bodie takes a little play action, going deep down the sideline, intended for Simons, one-on-one out there. Some pushing and shoving or jostling for position, but no flags thrown, and this will be a punting situation for the Airmen.
No, that's just a streak play by Ryan Simons. We've seen it been so good for us this year. Bodie throws it up for grabs, but there was a little bit of contact between he and the cornerback, and we could not get near a completion, so they would be forced to punt for the second time.
At this time, Thatcher Brown stands at his own 25-yard line to punt it away. Mangini back deep, and as time gets off a better kick, and a fair catch called for, but the Eagles let it bounce, and it will roll dead at the Eagle 32-yard line.
Pete quickly doing some math there. Much better effort by Thatcher on that one. He wasn't backed up in the back of his end zone.
27 yards on the kick. Got it up in the air, so there wasn't going to be probably a return, and got a little bit better bounce this time. And Watterson, for the first time, will start on their own end of the field.
Yeah, they'll start at their own 33-yard line with just 24 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Once again, Jackson going a little bit bigger bodies there on the front 3 down people. Bryce Delaney, Colson Oyer, and Grant Kennedy. Here comes a blitz.
There, Drew Bellisari, and whistle will stop the play. Penalty flag comes in. It looks like the Ironmen are going to be penalized for offside.
I think we came a little quick on the blitz. Got caught in the neutral zone. It'll be a 5-yard penalty against Jackson. Watterson doesn't need penalty advantages.
They do not.
No.
They have swept to their regular season, going at 10-0, and won their first playoff game last Friday night against Warren Local, Vincent Warren, 44-7. High-powered offense, scoring about 42 points a game. Defense only giving up just over 6 points. Here's Bellisari. He will hand it off straight up the middle. And this time Jackson defense is there. There's about a gain of a yard on that play. Number of white shirts off the pile.
Tucker, Ryan, inside linebackers, Colson Oyer, all 3 involved in that one. Very good play defensively. They got less than a yard.
And that's the end of the first quarter of play here at Bishop Watterson. This against the Jackson Ironmen, 6-0 is your score, and we'll be back with second quarter action after this.
Are you looking? The Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home has been serving the Jackson and Oak Hill areas for many years, starting in Oak Hill in 1941 as the Keener Lewis Funeral Home and expanding into Jackson in 1984 and becoming the Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home in 2012. Throughout the years, we've been a funeral home that believes each family gets the same level of attention and care they deserve during difficult times. Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home, 202 West Maple Avenue in Oak Hill and 28 Harding Avenue in Jackson. Lewis Gillum Funeral Home, Director David Gillum.
You're listening to Football Friday Night on Mix 96 FM.
Paisley Permanent Cosmetics is an upscale, modern, permanent makeup studio and training center specializing in brows, eyeliner, and lip blush. Whether you're an experienced artist looking to take your skills and business to the next level or someone looking for a career change, we offer training for everyone. Sign up to learn all of Paisley's permanent makeup techniques and business tips. Paisley Permanent Cosmetics is located above Miguel Christian Salon at 117 Burlington Road in Jackson. Message us on Facebook or text 740-418-2024 today.
Back at Bishop Watterson High School, or actually Ohio Dominican campus.
Yes.
That's where Bishop Watterson plays their home football games, and they're looking at a 3rd down and 1 at their own 42-yard line. Start of the second quarter, 6-0 Bishop Watterson. And here's Belisari looking to pass, and it's incomplete.
Oh, so close. It bounced out of the receiver's hands, and Ryan Simets had an opportunity there. Couldn't quite get to it.
Theodo, the intended Cincinnati defense only giving up 6.2 points per game throughout the season.
All right, we good?
From the 25-yard line, the Ironmen work out of the eye, power eye, a quick hitter up the middle, and Watterson there maybe for a 1-yard gain by the Ironmen.
Ironmen trying a lot of the things that have worked this year. So far, Watterson's been able to answer them. That time they go big with Jay Sturgill, Griffin Leach, and Colson Oyer on the right side. Going a little bigger in that offensive line, but Watterson able to make a stop there after a 1-yard gain.
Steubenville up over Athens right now, 14-0. And the Ironton Tigers over Portsmouth Trojans also 14-0. 2nd down and 9 for the Airmen as Bodie goes back into the gun. Quick pass up the flat right side, caught, and out near the first down stake at the 34-yard line.
Multiple penalty flags on the field, and it's going to be an illegal block by the Ironmen, a block below the knees. And that's going to bring this one back. Nice throw by Bodie there. Good, got his feet set for the first time tonight without the pressure in his face and delivered. But that block is going to back this Ironman offense back up a little bit and just make life a little bit tougher.
6:45 remaining in this second quarter. It's 13-0 in favor of the Bishop Watterson Eagles. Ironmen have not crossed midfield.
Remember last week, Ironman really struggled with penalties in the first half. Certainly cleaned it up in the second half, but this penalty puts us back there once again inside the 15-yard line. We need to get out to the 25 to keep this drive alive.
It will be 2nd down and about 22. And now a whistle and a stoppage of time by the officials. They're going to reset the play clock to 25 seconds. Trips to the right for the Ironmen. The Ironmen spread the field wide. Bodie Wolford take a quick snap, rolling out, throws it out, a little screen pass or bubble pass over to the left. They had 3 wide to the right, but threw it back to the left, and it's a short game, but it is.
Actually, a nice job just throwing it to Nolan, the one back out of the backfield. Didn't gain a lot of yards off of it, but that kind of play is a little different look for Jackson.
They're actually going to give him no gain on the play. Scoreboard shows still 3rd down and 22 yards to go. Ball at the Ironman 13-yard line. Ironman Wolford, and he'll hand off. They're going to do a double pass out there. Assignments, and the ball will be picked off at the 30-yard line. The Ironmen want to do a halfback pass, and Ryan Simons had him deep or beaten, but it was picked off as the pass was thrown short.
Problem was there was a little bit of pressure, couldn't get our feet set, so we couldn't unload the pass deep enough. Coach Hall had told us there he has some tricks in the book. One of them was going to be a halfback pass. That one, though, didn't work. Ryan Simons was convinced the person that made the interception for Watterson did not have possession. The officials are talking it over. Let's see what they come up with. He immediately went to the official and said he did not catch that.
Yeah.
It looked like a catch from here. But
Sliding catch.
Yes. Ryan certainly had a better angle on it than we did.
They're going to rule it incomplete, and the Ironmen get a break.
Good job, number 7.
Well, officials did the right thing, confer, and are going to rule it an incomplete pass. But there's one of the tricks the Ironmen had up their sleeve.
And it actually worked. We just couldn't get our feet set to unload the pass far enough.
Now the Ironmen back in punting formation on 4th and 22.
What a tough night for Thatcher. He's been in his end zone now the 3rd time standing there to catch this snap.
Mangini back standing at the Ironman 45-yard line. Here comes the pressure, end over end catch. Fair catch called for by Mangini at the 45-yard line.
32-yard punt there by Thatcher. I tell you what, he got it off quickly. He's worried about that rush, but got a pretty good boot off that leg this time. And believe it or not, that is his 5th punt already. I think he had 14 or 15 punts all season.
Yeah, it's been tough. You just can't get things going offensively, but far and away the quickest, most physical defense we've seen this year. Sorry, Ironton Tigers, but this team's a little faster than even you were.
And there's a whistle by the official stopping the clock. 5:10 remains in this first half. 13-0. The Bishop Watterson Eagles lead the Ironmen in this quarterfinal game of Region 3 Division 3 Region 11.
Stay with us at halftime. We will listen to the Ohio High School halftime show that talks a little bit about tournament games all throughout the state of Ohio, and we will certainly have statistics from Pete Wilson, but so far those statistics have not been a lot of fun yet to talk about. Ironman defense once again pressured with Watterson having the short field.
All right, now we're ready for play. 1st and 10 at the Ironman 45-yard line. Watterson, quick hand up to Weber and breaking through. That's number 10 with the Ben Ulanate with the carry, and he picks up about 6 yards.
That's where they put Ulanate back there and snapped it directly to him and just followed Weber and that offensive line. Good first down play.
Call it 2nd and 4. Ball rests at the 39-yard line. 3 out wide to the right side for the Eagles. And Belisari looks going deep, and the pass will be overthrown. The intended receiver was Jake Ulanate, number 8, as Belisari tried to hit him on a streak down the left side.
Well, good field position, a 3rd and 4 or 5 situation, good opportunity. Just let one up in the air, see if Ulanate can run underneath it. Just overthrows him a little bit. They can now be thinking probably 2 snaps to try to keep this drive alive.
The Eagles up by 2 scores, 13-0, and they have the ball at the Ironman 39-yard line. They send a man in motion, little play action, then they throw it out in the flat, and it will be caught by Mangini at the 39-yard line, and he turns it in to an Eagle first down.
Charlie Woodard getting snaps there at the outside linebacker position. Came in, put some pressure, even almost batted the pass down, but Belisari able to complete it to Mangini for enough of a gain to move the chains.
New line of scrimmage is the 32-yard line with 4:19 remaining in this first half. Belisari, quick snap and pass over the middle is off the fingertips of the intended receiver. That's Ben Gabrich, and it's incomplete, bringing up a 2nd and 10.
All of a sudden, Watterson going to the pass a little more this drive.
Throughout this season, they're 61% run and 39% pass, but you're right on this drive. It's
outstanding group of receivers along with multiple running backs.
Trip receivers out wide to the right as Weber gets the handoff, cuts it back from right to left, still on his feet, inside the 20, down to about the 15-yard line.
Boy, we had a blitz coming. Nolan Johnson coming from the outside, ran an inside pattern kind of right at Belisari, and there was the running back, was able to find a seam. When you put a blitz, if you don't get him in the backfield, usually bad things happen, and that's what happened there. He's down inside the 20 with another first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 16-yard line. Clock with 3:45 to go before halftime. Weber gets the snap, hands straight up the middle, spinning inside the 5, and he'll be tackled at about the 4-yard line, where it'll be first down and goal for the Eagles.
Coach Hall had told us their running back, Weber's very special. You can see that. Tucker Williams with the tackle brings him down right at the 5-yard line, and you're right, another first and goal for Watterson.
Weber is a senior, 5'11", 215 pounds. And
perfect running back size, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. And here's a first and goal. And Weber, it's Belisari, and he will get into the end zone for their 3rd touchdown of the game.
Actually, it was Weber got the
direct snap.
Yeah, well, no, Belisari handed it to him. Weber got the sneak in there behind the right side of the offensive line. But there were so many big bodies in there at 5'11". He kind of hid his way a little bit in there, and then all of a sudden he's into the end zone.
19-0 is your score, with the extra point coming off the foot of Mike Cantry.
Bishop Watterson overall is a tall team. Very long, very athletic.
Here's the extra point on the way. This one is up, and it's good. Another break in the action with 3:05 remaining in this first half. 20-0. Watterson with the leader of the Ironmen, and we'll be back right after this.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand-stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait, order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on Mix 96 FM.
3:05 remains in this first half, and the Eagles have knocked on their 3rd touchdown of the night, Pete.
7 plays, 45 yards, did it pretty quickly. Plenty of time. They got the ball with about 5-some minutes to go, and they scored with 3:05. The touchdown comes on a 5-yard run by Zach Weber, his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Here's Antry's kickoff, and it is driven back to the 4-yard line by Tucker Williams. Picked up and going up the left side, and he's out over the 20. I think he'll get close to the 25-yard line.
Actually, it was Ryan Simets. We've switched the order there and put him down in the corner. That tends to be where they kick. Ryan caught it, Got a bit of a return out there. Gives us a little bit of room. Let's see if we can get something going offensively. So critical here. I mean, we're still in this football game, but the problem is Watterson will have the first possession of the third quarter, so this would be very important for us to hold the ball, and, boy, points would be so nice.
There and come to the line of scrimmage with Woodard Simons out wide to the right side. And throwing it in, it's caught by Charlie Woodard, and the ball pops out. They're going to rule it incomplete. They'll little curl in around the 29-yard line.
Ball bounced free as he hit the turf. 2nd and now 10. It does stop the clock. I don't even know, does the scoreboard show? I don't think there's been a timeout yet, has there?
Don't remember any of them being called.
I don't remember either. It doesn't show them on the scoreboard. I certainly hope we can get a first down, at least not give it back to Watterson this half.
Here's Nolan Johnson getting the carry. He'll try the left side of the line, gets out to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. Now the clock moving at 2:45.
Jeb Thompson over there, Griffin Leach giving Nolan a little bit of room.
Make it 3rd down and 5 for the Airmen, as Johnson picks up 5 yards. Rudy Wolford will stand in the shotgun, fumbles the ball, and then picks it up and goes right over the middle.
Interference?
And it's
yes.
Penalty flag has been thrown at midfield. He wanted to go, looked like to Ryan Simons, the intended receiver.
They were all over him on there. They had to throw it, and thank goodness they did.
That will give the Ironmen a first down.
Just we keep mentioning the length and size and athletic ability. Their defensive end over here is 6'6". He's 210, and he's only a sophomore. Jack Schuler looks like he's going to be a good one for him.
Got some room to grow, doesn't it? Just a sophomore. Clock stopped at 2:10 while they move the chains, and the Ironmen will pick up a first down via the penalty, Pete.
That's right. That's Jackson's 2nd first down, and Ironmen moved close to the midfield range.
And Johnson gets the carry going around the right side. Gets out near the 50-yard line.
Good block there by Hunter Sotz. Watch that one, and particularly Nolan ran kind of right behind him there. 4 tough yards there on first down.
And the ball will rest right at the 50-yard line.
Under 2 minutes, but this is our best field position. We're at the 50-yard line. Let's see if we can make something happen here.
All right, plays come in from the sideline.
Watterson's jumped back into more of their traditional 4-4 defense. I think they were in that bare defensive front because we had such bad field position. This is their base defense here.
Trips to the left for the Airmen. It's like an unbalanced line as Wolford rolls to his left, throws it upfield. It is caught inside the 50 and then up near the 45-yard line as they move the ball into Eagle territory.
Rolled Bodie to his left. He was able to get his feet set. Good block out there by Nolan Johnson to allow Bodie some time. We pick up some positive yards.
But the clock keeps running.
It does, but we're looking at 3rd and a long one.
At the 45-yard line of Bishop Watterson.
Be interesting. I think Ironmen have their full alignment of timeouts. If they get a first down here, they can start thinking about using those.
Wolford will take the snap. Penalty flag comes in. Delay of game. Oh, illegal procedure. Excuse
me. I was
me.
going to say there was still 10 seconds on the end zone clocks. That backs us up. That 3rd and 1 looked a lot more inviting.
Clock is stopped at 47 seconds to go before halftime, where the Eagles lead 20-0. Now the
clock is running too. Ironmen need to try to pick up. I know they don't want to give the ball back to Watterson. We're down to 35 seconds on a running clock.
And draw play, or no, they fake it back, and it's going to pass it upfield, and the ball will be incomplete. Well, that was some razzle-dazzle there.
Little trickery, the handoff, pitch back. once again, we had some Watterson golden helmets in the backfield there, forcing us to be out of rhythm on the play. But it's good to see we're running plays that were toward the back of the playbook.
Yeah, the pitch back to the quarterback, and then trying to draw those defenders in the secondary in, and again the pressure by Watterson forcing the Ironmen to punt it away on fourth down as Mangini goes back deep. Here's the punt. Thatcher Brown inside the 5. There the punt is down by Gavin Sides.
Now all the way down to the Watterson 5-yard line, so give Brown a 45-yard punt there.
Great punt. And you know what, all night long, and there's been some tough situations, good punt snaps by Gavin Jones.
Just 10 seconds remaining in this first half, and what Watterson will want to do, ball at their own 5-yard line.
I would think they'd be content to take a knee with this field position. They wouldn't want to make a mistake here, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right, they line up by spreading the field wide to both sides, and he will take a knee. That's Drew Belisari. And that will end the first half of play here at Bishop Watterson and the Jackson Ironmen in this quarterfinal regional football game. 20-0 is your score. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with more halftime activities right after this.
When your car needs a little TLC, trust the experts at TNR Discount Tire to get you back on the road in no time. From routine maintenance to major repairs, our skilled technicians have the know-how to tackle any job, big or small. At TNR Discount Tire, we pride ourselves on providing top-notch service and prices that won't leave you stranded. And with our commitment to quality and reliability, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle's in good hands. So why wait? Schedule your appointment today at 288-1372 and experience the difference at TNR Discount Tire. Conveniently located off State Route 35 at 740 Clary Road. TNR Discount Tire, under new ownership since May of 2023, is where your satisfaction drives us.
Are you looking for a reliable title company? Warranty Title Agency is a place you can trust. Whether you're closing on your first home or deed preparation, title exams, and more,
bathroom walls. He might be. It's good to see you at church the other day, man. Yeah. It was really nice. I'm just glad that the Lord didn't cover me. Oh yeah, you were wearing your Penn State gear. I saw a little thing. He called in sick. I had to wear a sport coat. Wednesday, so I was like, aren't you supposed to be wearing this all week? I like it better when you have we're just getting started. Right, you know. You shut down.
Worn up by Cameo.
It's like a puzzle piece.
Yeah. I think I could have gotten away with it if it wasn't for.
down in what are you gonna say?
Nothing. You got your hands in your pocket, right? You can't get any work done with your hands in your pocket.
That's about the most I get done anyway. I mean, try to do it.
You must be a supervisor. Well, that's what a principal is.
Carol was down in Myrtle Beach. And then when his sister flew down Tuesday, and they decided to drive down to Oxford. His sister's going to be down there. And Alexander decided to surprise everybody. But no one told me. No one told me. No one told me. So Mrs. Monster was driving down last night. She told me, she goes, guess where your aunt and I are going? Like, we tried some restaurants. You're like this. No, you're like this. Where you at? She's on our way from Myrtle Beach to Ole Miss. 10.5 hours. I'm like, I call Alexander today. I said, Alexander, what are you doing? You would have a car. Okay, I mean, like, so what car do you have? Yeah. Oh, so-and-so's car.
Proudly presenting the award-winning state's superior-rated 2024 Bishop Watterson Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Mike Renzi and assisted by Mr. Nathan Brown. Percussion is directed by Mr. Jim Swanson and Jared Comerick. Color guard is directed by Heather Francis. The band is conducted by Senior Field Commander Emily Schmidt. We are proud and excited to present a portion of our show, Reach, featuring Air by Brian Bonages, Metamorphosis by Andrew Boysen Jr., Fragile by Randall Stanbridge, and The Ascension by Robert W. Smith. Soloists tonight are Michael Benessi on alto saxophone, Nora Ott on tenors, Leah Adams on flute, Claire Heights on clarinet, and Colin Hare on baritone. Music is arranged by John Brennan, and percussion is arranged by Jim Swanson.
What's really fun?
It is.
We won a game.
It is wrong. And it's hostage discipline. Yeah. It is medieval. Yeah,
I would get back from the more games and not be able to walk.
You don't play games?
Oh yeah.
I'm rooting you for ass.
Thanks.
Bishop Watterson Marching Band. Best of luck to the band tomorrow at the Mid-State Championships in Miamisburg. They perform at 3:30 p.m.
Exactly, right. You're right here. You're far right here.
Some scores from around the region. Licking Valley Panthers 22, Blue Herald 7. Athens 0, Steubenville 21. Dover 14, Tri-Valley 28. Scores from around the CCL, St. Francis de Sales 7, Ashland 20.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Right. You're good. You're good.
Touchdowns, no interceptions for 71 yards. Mangini has caught 2 passes for 15 yards, but the big gain was to Dominic Theodo, 30-yarder to the big, tall tight end down the middle. That did set up one of Watterson's touchdowns. So, Dan, that's where we stand right now. Watterson 20 and Jackson nothing. The Ironmen are hanging in there, but I tell you what, when the defense is so good that, the Watterson offense has that short field almost every time, you're just asking for it.
It's been a tough situation. Field position definitely against the Ironmen. While we got a minute here, Pete Wilson, I want to thank you and Danny, voice of the Ironmen. Also, you guys have purchased tickets for the basketball bash. That is going to take place this Sunday. I know it'll be on Facebook. It's probably Jackson Ironman basketball of some sort. On Facebook, we'll find out. Someone is going to be $5,000 richer. For the last 2 weeks, players and basketball people have been trying to sell these tickets, and they will give away a big chunk of money come Sunday, but a big thank you to people. But if you still would be interested in a ticket, they can be bought. There's still more tickets to sell. They sell up to a maximum 300 tickets, and one ticket, the last final ticket, will be a $5,000 winner. Tickets are $100. They ask every girl and boy in the basketball program, boys group program and girls program, to sell 2 tickets. They will then receive a big discount on their shoes and have warm-up uniforms that they can wear to the games, and they get to keep those. So it's a huge fundraiser. It's their #1 fundraiser. And once again, if you would still like a ticket, you could contact myself. You could contact either head basketball coach Chad Carpenter for the girls, Max Morrow for the boys, any of the players. We would make sure you get a ticket and get involved in this huge fundraiser.
All right, well, an excellent cause. Also a little fun. If you got a ticket, boy, you could win a lot of money there. Help the program at the same time.
It gets very dramatic when you get down to the last, really the 100 tickets, and you got one still in the hopper there. So it's a lot of fun.
Right, it really supports the basketball program. Of course, there's almost support organizations for almost every Jackson High School sport, and I don't think maybe a lot of people don't understand how much those support organizations do and how important their money is, because in the athletic budget, they budget as much as they think they can, but a lot of the things that our sports teams have, they would not have without support organizations. So remember that when you get a chance to help them.
Pete, while we got you here also, how about a shout out to Total Media, your boss, basically all our bosses on there. They have made a major effort tonight to get this football game streamed back home to our fans, and it is a big effort. If you see all the equipment and things it takes, but the students were not able to stream this game, the student program, but the Total Media group has stepped up big time and making it happen for our Jackson fans.
Right, and I know it adds another dimension to it, particularly if you can't get to the game. And, of course, you still hear, the radio broadcast there, so you get the best of both worlds. For a long time, a lot of fans, college football, pro football, or whatever, they like to watch it and they like to hear the broadcasters, and that's possible with the stream.
Dan Dobbins, you're back with the headset on. We let you get a little breather there. You've been kind of scanning some of the scores. I don't think the Southeastern District faring as well as we would have hoped for.
No, not at least through the first two quarters.
There's a lot of football still to play.
Yeah, the Athens Bulldogs losing to Steubenville, Big Red 21-0 at halftime.
That was a long drive for the Athens faithful.
The Ironton Fighting Tigers over Portsmouth Trojans 23-0. That game at halftime. Waverly Tigers down 14-7 to Indian Valley, the Braves. And the Rock Hill Redmen down by 3 touchdowns, 28-7 to Cincinnati Country Day. Get you some other scores. One that I did have is Wheelersburg leading 14-3.
And I think undefeated Eastern just down the road from Jackson having a good night.
I saw it 20-0 last I saw. Nothing updated as yet.
They're trying to go 12-0 on this season.
Yeah.
What a special football season for 15 miles down the road from Jackson, down in Pike County, Eastern football, who is not that old. I remember when they started the football program down there, and here they are in the second level of the playoffs. Looks like headed to the third round.
Yeah, they're up 24-0 here in the second quarter.
Notre Dame is losing, which is in the Portsmouth area, but they're playing a tough one right there. You just scrolled, you got your finger on it there. Danville Blue Devils up 52-0 on them at halftime. And as they were talking with Jim Lachey, there are going to be some mismatches when you have 16 teams in every region playing. Those top 4 teams get to play the bottom 4 teams. There are mismatches, but there's also upsets, and that's what keeps it interesting.
That's why you keep playing. Absolutely. We're just moments away from the start of tonight's second half, where the Bishop Watterson Eagles lead the Airmen 20-0, and they will have the ball as we begin this second half of play.
Yeah, we always like the fact if you win the toss and you choose to defer, getting that ball early in that third quarter is sometimes so very important. After both teams have gone in at halftime, made some adjustments, we'll have to see what Jackson comes out with, but they got to find a way to get Watterson off the field and us to be able to move the football. As Pete Wilson said, yardage, first downs, every bit of our offense, it's been hard to come by in the first 2 quarters.
Now, no team really has come close to stopping us other than the Ironton Tigers, and even then, it was just a deal about not being able to stop Ironton in the second half.
Right, and remember, we were up 14-12 late in the second quarter in that game, and then it kind of got away from us a little bit. And Ironton, we were just talking, we are going to play 2 teams on the schedule this year that have maybe a chance, and hopefully we can stop Bishop Watterson on their chance, but maybe a chance to be playing for a state championship.
Here's the pooch kick by Thatcher Brown. Didn't want to kick it deep to the dangerous returner, and it's taken at the 25-yard line on the far side of the field.
Good kick, good tackle by Ryan Simatz on there, and the Ironman defense back on the field. Let's see, starting front, we rotate those interior people, but I see Colson Oyer out there. Grant Kennedy gets that start at the nose guard position. He and Wes Clegg will rotate in and out of there to stay fresh. Naturally, Bryce Delaney always on the field for the Ironmen, especially on the defensive side of things.
All right, 1st and 10 as they exchange balls. The Ironmen use their ball to kick off, and waiting for Bishop Watterson to send one of their balls onto the field.
7-yard return there that was Noah Holsinger all the way across the field that got that. So pooch kick did work out pretty good.
Right. 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Belisari wanting to go deep. He's got a man out there, and it's caught at the 33-yard line. Down to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. First play from the scrimmage in the second half as
Jake Uhlenhag was able to get behind our defender. Then I really think Eli Ray thought he had a shot at the interception, went at the ball, but it goes just out of his reach and into the hands of Jake, and he basically then can walk it into the end zone, and wow, that's another quick strike.
That goes for 71 yards, and now the extra point by the Eagles.
He had plenty of protection, Belisari, so he could stand back there and look the field over.
Kizik is on the way. It's up and good. 27-0. Just underway in the second half. And we'll be back with more Jackson Ironman football right after this.
Are you looking for the perfect power sport vehicle? Well, come visit Pony Power Sports of Jackson. We're the same great faces you know and love at the same location and with the best selection in the tri-state area. We're family owned and operated and here to help you find the ride of your dreams. You can find us 3 miles east of Jackson at 2223 Clary Road on US 35 East. Give us a call, 740-286-4956, or go to ponypowersports.com. From motorcycles to ATVs to side-by-sides, Pony Power Sports of Jackson has them all. It's where your adventure begins. Get to the pony.
27-0 is your score. One scrimmage play, Pete, in this first half or second half, and we're down another 7.
Quick strike as you can get as Jake Uhlenhag gets just behind the Jackson defender there, catches the ball from Belisari, and just like that, a 71-yard touchdown play on the first play from scrimmage.
Here's Antwi's kickoff taken here on the left side of the field around the 9-yard line, and that is
Ryan Simets with the catch and the return. It does appear that Bishop Watterson kicks it to that corner every time. That's why the Ironmen have rotated people around. Ryan normally deep middle, put him over here in this right corner, and he has an opportunity to make some plays.
All right, 1st and 10 Jackson from their own 25-yard line, but they're down 27-0. Simons will come as a single receiver out wide to the left, trips to the right for the Ironman. Now they send a man in motion. They throw it to Johnson, and he mishandles the football, and it was a live ball.
Let's see. I don't think it's incomplete. It goes out of bounds. Whether it was a forward pass or if it's just a pass backwards, that's a lateral, and it would be live.
Well, one official is saying incomplete, which would mean it's not a pass rather than a fumble.
That's the line judge this side, so I think it's going back to the line of scrimmage.
That's where it's going.
All right. Dangerous play there by the Ironman, but trying to get the ball out.
And quick because of that rush.
All right, 2nd and 10. Now everybody in tight. With an unbalanced line, the handoff goes to Johnson straight up the middle, and he's brought down at the 27-yard line. Tackle.
Nolan trying to follow his lead blockers there. Picks up a couple positive yards. Jackson, though, now facing a 3rd and 8 situation. Not ideal by any means. We've only had the 2 first downs so far in this contest. Really need to find a way to move the ball, at least hold on and move those chains occasionally.
All right, the Ironman's biggest play, a 20-yarder by Nolan Johnson. Out of the I formation is offered a little play action. Now he throws it upfield, and it is caught, and it will be a first down out over the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Good play action move by Bodie in the backfield with a good fake, able to put his back to the rush. Then he turns and finds Tucker Williams coming out of the backfield, makes the catch, and they move the chains, and boy, that's a nice sight to see.
Gain of 10 on that play. 10:45 remaining, 3rd quarter. 27-0 your score. Bishop Watterson with the leader of the Ironmen. Wolford will Handoff and straight up the middle to Johnson. He's got a little bit of daylight, and he picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards.
Once again, a play where he hand off to the left side of the line. Nolan sees a bunch of golden helmets there, cuts it back to the right, and does a great job of getting positive yards out 5 yards away from down the field. 2nd and 5.
And the ball moved out to the 42-yard line. So the handoff right side to Johnson again. Couple more yards picked up. He'll be stopped at the 44-yard line.
Very big 3rd and 3, maybe a long 3 here for Jackson. Put some first downs together. We haven't had any back-to-back first downs yet.
By the good guys.
By the good guys, yes. 1 play drive for Bishop Watterson to start this 3rd quarter. A pass over the top, the catch, the run in. Score now stands 27-0. Jackson needs points.
And they need a first down from their 43-yard line. A little play action by Bodie Wolford, throwing it out in the flat. And it is caught.
Nice pattern by Ryan Simets. Runs off the corner as he's done so many times this year. Bodie throws it to his back shoulder. Gets the completion to the 45-yard line of Watterson.
And a new set of downs for the Ironmen at the 45-yard line of the Eagles. First time Jackson has been...
Remember, we got there.
Exactly.
We got there one time, got down to about the 44, and then it went back to the 50.
All right, now movement along the line of scrimmage. Both teams into the neutral zone. We'll see who's going to be flagged.
I think it's going to be the Ironmen. We had some movement over there on the right side of the line. Now back us back to the 50. We were in their territory for moments.
1st and 15 with 9:25 remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Eli Ray brings a play into Bodie. We'll now call it in the huddle. Two first downs, nice Pete Wilson.
4 first downs now for the Ironmen.
4 for the game, 2 this drive.
And a 1st and 15. Handoff to Johnson, trying to get the corner left side, and he picks up 5 yards down to the 45-yard line. That's the original line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 as the ball moved over to the left hash mark.
Now Nolan has chugged 13 times for 50 yards against maybe one of the best defenses in the state. I don't think I'm exaggerating.
Very athletic, very quick defense.
I'll put Nolan right at 1,500 yards for this senior season.
And Simon splits wide to the right alone out there. And the Ironmen run a sweep to the right, and Nolan Johnson buried at the 45-yard line. There's no gain on that play.
Not one of their bigger defenders, but boy, he slips in there underneath and is able to defeat the block and hit Nolan right away.
They'll give him a loss of 1 on that play, so it brings up a 3rd down and 11.
It's Noah Holsinger. He's 5'11", 205, but he plays at the interior of their defensive line. Their defensive line is so quick.
All right, Jackson 3rd and long from the 46-yard line. Bodie on a rollout to the right. Has pressure. He goes down back at his own 45-yard line. A loss of 9 on that play as Bodie Wolford had no chance to throw it as the Watterson pass rush was on him before he could turn around.
That's one of those where you take a little bit of a drop back. You don't get turned around and they're on top of you. Bodie could not scour the field.
Mangini back deep to receive Thatcher Brown's 6th punt of the night. Here's the kick. This is a good one. Fair catch called for at the 13-yard line. Good punt by Thatcher Brown of the Jackson Ironmen.
Oh, we got it here, Pete, and you're working up numbers. What a year Thatcher Brown has had, whether it be kicking the extra points, has the 1 field goal, really had to step in behind, if not the greatest kicker, one of the very best kickers ever to play at Jackson, Ethan Crabtree. And man, he has had a great junior season.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put it down at the 19-yard line, so make it a 35-yard punt. Nice high, no return made. Mancini field it. Yes, Brown has had a wonderful season both ways, punting and place kicking, and it seems to get better as we roll along in the season.
There's a handoff to Weber, I believe, was the carrier. We're a little lower than we normally are.
It's hard. It
very hard to
pick.
It's
number 12.
Oh, that's McCoy.
That's McCoy. Tucker Williams makes the tackle. 17 tackles, solos, and assists last week in the New Philadelphia win by Tucker. What a game.
Yes, it was. What a game for Tucker Williams.
Ryan Taylor, Tucker, and Ryan Simets all were double figures in tackles.
Here's a little jet sweep cutting inside around the wide side of the field. Tackle made by Colson Neuer of the Ironmen at the 30. They'll make him inside the 31-yard line.
And some help by Ryan Simets, but they move the chains and get the first down, get him across the 30.
6 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in this third quarter. It's 27-0 Bishop Watterson. High snap at quarterback Balisari pulls it down. A short gain right up the middle. 2 yards picked up on that first down carry. Tucker Williams in again on another tackle.
As he is so many times. Charlie Woodard with an assist there. Charlie at that outside linebacker position.
Tommy Haley out wide to the right for the Eagles. And back to passes. Balisari going over the middle to Haley. He's got it at the 30. He's going to go in. Touchdown, Watterson.
Boy, Balisari just touched past that perfect, a post pattern by Haley, and he just had time to stand back there, laid it up in the air, very much like Bodie Woodford has done a number of times this year, hits the receiver in stride, and he's into the end zone.
About 67 yards later, and 2 quick scores by the Eagles have put them up by a score of 33-0.
And now we will be looking at a running clock at this from this point on.
Here's the kick, extra point by Antry. It is up and it is good. 34-0 with 5:14 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this timeout.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones and Chad Niddle are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman football on WKOV. Call 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Your home of Jackson Ironmen football is Mix 96 FM.
5 minutes and 13 seconds remains in this third quarter, and it's a quick strike second half for the Eagles.
Right, another long pass. Balisari had time to throw. Haley broke open against the Jackson defender, caught the ball, was able to avoid falling down after a little bit of contact, and he goes in the end zone on a 67-yard touchdown play. After the 71-yard to start the second half.
And here will be the kickoff by Mike Antwi. And he kicks it deep to the right side, taken at the 11-yard line by Ryan Simons. He makes it move out to the right, still on his feet, crossing the 25 and nearing the 30-yard line.
I think there's a face mask in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure
Flag
looked like
came
one.
down, but boy, it looked like Ryan's helmet got yanked to the turf.
They tack on 15 more yards from the 30-yard line. That penalty is a face mask.
Once again, as we said, the 30-point league, 30-plus points league, it's 34-0, puts a running clock on. Love to see Jackson tag a touchdown on here and stop that scenario. We love the running clock, but it's when it's in our favor.
When it's the other way.
Yes.
All right, the Ironmen will work out of the I formation on this 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Nolan Johnson carry over the right side. He'll lose a half a yard. So much penetration by Watterson, not allowing Johnson to get.
Yeah, they're almost taunting us to put it up in the air, but they're putting so many people, in the box. Basically, it's usually 8 men of somewhere or the other, whether it's the down lineman or the linebackers in the box, putting a lot of pressure on Bodie if he tries to throw, and certainly making it tough to find a gap in there for our running back Nolan Johnson.
Well, the Ironmen break the huddle.
They'll back off a little bit now because of the 2nd and long.
And penalty marker comes in, but the Ironmen jumping a little early, but Michael Boyle was in the backfield.
As quick as the ball was snapped, wasn't he?
It'll be a 5-yard penalty assessed against the Ironmen, moving the ball back to the 39-yard line, 2nd down and 16. 3 minutes remaining on this running clock here at Bishop Watterson.
3rd quarter. Still got a 4th quarter to play.
The Ironmen will bring 3 out wide to the left side. And a little better protection. The Ironmen trying to set it up, and Tucker Williams is going to be the intended receiver around the 30 or 45-yard line, but the ball is thrown out of bounds, avoiding any interception, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 16.
Had trips this side, and tell you what, that was a coverage play by the defense. Nobody was open. Bodie had to basically throw it out of play. All 3 receivers well covered. We had a good view of it right here. We are standing right. We're right about the 44-yard line in a cubby hole of a press box.
Yes.
We're spoiled. We are very spoiled at Alumni Stadium, folks.
2 in a slot to the left side for the Ironmen as Wolford looks left, throws back to the right side, and the screen pass is dropped, and the good thing because it would have been a big loss.
Big loss, yeah.
Instead, it's a incomplete pass, and it comes back to the 39-yard line. So
4th down and a bunch.
Offensively, the Ironmen have been unable to do anything against this Watterson defense.
Punt number 8 for Thatcher Brown.
Another good one.
And no fair catch called for. Taken at the 29. And coming around the right end is Mangini. He's at the midfield and run out of bounds by Charlie Woodard. And Ryan Stewart with the tackle out of bounds.
Good punt. Good return. Charlie Woodard saves what could have been a bigger return by knocking him out of bounds, but once again, very good field position for Bishop Watterson. We've said that all night long.
Yes, we have. In less than a minute remaining in this first half, we have officials marking a penalty off, it appears. Did not see a flag come in.
They called a holding.
It's a holding call, and it was back there a ways, so we'll take it. They still are walking backwards.
Nullify a good return, and this will give the Eagles field position inside the 20-yard line when we start the second or 4th quarter, because this 3rd quarter is about ready to expire.
Well, it is 10 seconds away from expiring, and Watterson's going to let the clock run out.
They take a timeout. They have stopped the clock at 10.2 seconds with a timeout.
Interesting. Let's keep it here. We'll take a break at the end of the quarter. Now they start the clock. I don't know if they did. I don't know what the question was there. They stopped the clock, and now they started. It will run out, and that's the end of 3 quarters.
All right. 3 quarters in the books. It's 34-0. The Bishop Watterson Eagles over the Ironmen. We'll be back right after this timeout.
The Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention is an ongoing program providing help to both youth and adults in their efforts to quit smoking or vaping. Nicotine is addictive and is not only in tobacco products but also vaping products. Let the Jackson County Health Department's Tobacco and Vape Prevention program help you in your journey. They have the tools to help you reach your goal of being nicotine-free. Call them today at 740-286-5094, extension 2839, and good luck to all of our area teams this sports season.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, we open up this fourth quarter with a short run out to the 24-yard line, so it makes it 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles of Bishop Watterson High School. Drew Belisari continues at quarterback, and he'll send Ben Gabbert shot wide to the left side, man in the slot that way. And motion, and then the handoff. And that was number 10, Ben Ulenik, with the carry, and he didn't get anywhere.
Charlie Woodard, Colson Oyer, boy, they wrap him up. It looked like a loss on the play. Looks like they gave him a few feet. Hey, it's good to have good friends paying attention there. Our good buddy, Mr. Randy Heath, the ex-mayor of Jackson, is watching the Cavs for me tonight. They're up 40 points at halftime.
Can you believe
over the Warriors?
9-0.
This is a chance to get win number 10 tonight.
40-point lead at halftime. Here's Belisari looking over the middle. The ball was caught, coming across on the drag pattern by Mangini. He's down the near sideline, run out of bounds at the 42-yard line by Charlie Woodard here on the near side of the field.
Mangini's quick on quick. Charlie Woodard saved a bigger gain by knocking him out of bounds. Randy also keeping us updated. Eastern now is 34-0 ahead of South Gallia. That's a team that they defeated in the regular season, but only by a score of 13-12. So somebody's getting better.
Penalty thrown in the backfield, but they're going to march this one off as a penalty against the Ironman. 15 yards, moves it down the Ironman 43-yard line.
Ouch.
So 1st and 10 for Drew Belisari, and this handoff will go straight to Melanie. The running back hit a wall and then does fall forward for about a 2.5-yard gain.
That wall was Tucker Williams, and then other Ironmen, including Bryce Delaney, helped bring him down. But boy, he and Tucker met at the point of attack. That was a big hit.
All right, the Eagles taking their time. The game, we have a running clock now down to 9 minutes remaining. And the handoff goes to McCoy. McCoy around the right side, picks up about 6 down inside the 35-yard line.
Colson Oyer with that tackle. Colson's been really active on the defensive end and always a big factor on the offense.
Now the knee was down at the 35-yard line, 3rd down and a long 2. Belisari will have Whitehouse to both sides on this 3rd and short, the Ironman 30-yard line. And handoff will go straight up the middle. That'll be enough for a 1st down as the Eagles maintain possession of the football and keep the chains moving.
Clock running. We're down to 8 minutes in this contest. And once again, the Ironmen down by a score of 34-0. This is where you want no injuries. I think even Watterson would be very content to keep this clock running. They had the 2 long touchdown strikes in the 3rd quarter that put the game out of reach.
And now a new set of downs at the Ironman, inside the Ironman 30-yard, or at the 33-yard line. And just a short gain on that play as it tries to go around the left side. That was McCoy once again with his number called.
Hustle play by Ryan Taylor. What a season that young man has had as a senior. Charlie Woodard on the bottom of the pile also. Ryan coming kind of from the backside, chases him down for a very short gain.
Drew Belisari keeping his team in the huddle, using up this clock. And brings it to the line of scrimmage with inside 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. And McCoy gets the call once again, and there's penalty flags thrown out of two pockets.
Colson Oyer again on the play along with Nolan Johnson. Let's see what the flag. It's going to be a hold against Watterson. That'll back them up a little ways.
Hold happening at the 32-yard line. Moves the ball back. It'll still be second down and 20. Ball at just at the 41-yard line of the Ironman. The game clock down to close to 6 minutes remaining.
Stay with us post game as usual. We're going to give away our awards as we do every game. Chubby Guy's player of the game, Monroe's hit of the game. Pete Wilson will have stats, and we will talk with Coach Andy Hall.
And McCoy, once again, his number called. He picks up six yards to the 35-yard line. Still be a third down and 13.
Wrapped up by linebacker Tucker Williams. He and Ryan Taylor have been the leading tacklers this season for Jackson. Bryce Delaney, what a hard playing down tackle. I mean, we've had some special games. These guys not going to be pleased tonight, but what a season the Ironmen have put together.
9-2, and here's a handoff to McCoy again, right side, but
Colson Hoyer again.
First to grab him and wrap him up waist high, bring him down for a half a yard gain.
Tucker and Bryce on the tackle. Boy, Hoyer's been everywhere, both sides of the football tonight. Nice effort by the senior. This senior class, how about this stat? We'll talk with Coach Hall about this. They have never lost a Frontier Athletic Conference game their freshman year on.
Very
20
impressive.
in a row.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The Bishop Watterson will punt it away as Antry stands at midfield. Punt is away, and the Ironmen are going to let it bounce. And will it go out of bounds or in the end zone?
Oh, my gosh.
And it's going to be down at the 1 yard line.
That's not fair.
Whoa.
Lands, I think, about the 8 and just trickled down right to the 1 yard line. And I mean, half yard line.
Yeah, it's way down there.
Yes.
34-yard punt there by Antry. Much better than a 35-yarder if you're him.
And the referee stops the play or the game clock at 4:20. The Ironmen will have everybody on that offensive line. Their heels are going to be in the end zone.
They're actually going to mark it just outside the 1, which surprised me because the ball rolled dead unless it hit the out-of-bounds marker at the 1 and then curled over to the 1 foot line. But we got 1 yard to have a little space.
All right, now they start the game clock moving, and they stop it again as the Ironmen take a timeout. Breaking the action here at Jackson Bishop Watterson. We'll be back with more Jackson Ironman football right after this.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Dakota's, Jackson's premier place for steak and ribs, has been proudly serving the community since 2004. Come out and join us for all your local favorites like our one-of-a-kind onion loaf, or treat yourself to one of our world-class hand-cut steaks. Enjoy the fall weather fireside on our amazing patio outdoor dining area. At Dakota's, your experience and safety are our #1 priority. Here you're always treated like family. That's Dakota's Jackson at 451 McCarty Lane.
Great food, great friends, great fun. Your home for Jackson High School sports is Mix 96, WKOV-FM, Oak Hill.
While we're away, the Ironmen run a first down play, pick up about 4 yards, getting a little bit of breathing room. Yep.
Gave the senior a call. Boy, when he gets it, and he gets his opportunities, does he run hard? Carried the pile a little bit there.
Moved to where they give the Airmen a little breathing room. And here's a second down play and 6. And they'll start over the left side, still on his feet. Delaney again.
I think it was Nolan Johnson this time.
Couldn't tell. It's a shorter pickup, but now with the game clock down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Let's see if the Ironmen can convert a first down here. Hate to have poor old Thatcher have to kick another one from the end zone. I think Pete said he's had 4 of his punts. He's had his feet in the end zone ready to catch the snap.
He has, yes.
Well, there was a penalty on the play.
Yeah, they're going to move this back.
Yeah, it goes back to near the line of scrimmage. I think it's marked at the 2.
So second down and 9.
Chubby Guys player of the game will be announced.
Looking forward to that.
Yep, Monroe Collision Hit of the Week award winner will be announced.
And second and 9 from their own 2-yard line. Pitch to the right side. Johnson trying to get across the goal line. Finally does. Looking for a hole and then somewhere to
Tried to go outside, saw there wasn't anything there, tried to cut it back against the grain. Pursuit was there.
Yep.
He did get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Put on the brakes and then nothing was there. The line of scrimmage is the 2-yard line, but we're now down inside. 2 minutes remaining in this football game. Ironmen have not been shut out this year, but this Watterson defense, very quick. They get to the ball. And a timeout has been called on the field by the Jackson Ironmen. 1 minute and 33 seconds remains in this football game. We'll take another timeout, and we'll be back as Jackson Ironmen football continues right after this.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You're listening to Football Friday Nights on Mix 96 FM.
1:33 remaining in this football game. The Jackson Ironmen with their heels on the goal line, trying to run an offensive play, and they have an I formation. Bodie Wolford under center. And this handoff will go left side to Johnson. He's out to about the 4-yard line. And that will bring up a 4th down, and just 1:15 remaining. The Airmen could take a penalty, run some clock. But, it looks like they're going to bring the punting unit on and punt it away, as this clock is now inside 1 minute remaining.
Tucker once again heels about 2 feet inside the back line of the end zone. Another good snap.
Badger Brown, this kick is a...
Thatcher on that, yes.
And it comes high but short, comes off his foot. and will go out of bounds. Let's see whether they're finally going to spot it around the 31-yard line.
How many punts, Pete, tonight?
I believe that's 8 or 9. I'm going to count them up for you
I'll
now.
say this, 8 or 9 good snaps by Gavin Jones, one of the seniors.
Line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line.
And 5 of them he's been snapping into the end zone.
That's 8 of them. 8 punts tonight.
14 seniors playing their last game for the Jackson Ironmen. As the clock runs down, I think we'll have to they can take a knee or one snap and then let the clock run out.
And they'll
move on. It's going to be interesting to watch this team the next few weeks. They look pretty good from our point of view.
And that's indeed what the Eagles do. The quarterback takes a knee, and that will be the final play of the football game. 34-0, the Bishop Watterson Eagles remain perfect on the season, and they hand the Ironmen their 3rd loss.
They play a very strong schedule. They only give up about 6 points a game, but this is their 4th shutout on the season. This team's for real. I mean, we're very impressed. We've done hundreds of Jackson Ironman football games, and I don't remember seeing a team much more athletic, quick, tall, very good at all phases of the game, running the ball, throwing the ball. Their defense, unparalleled. It's one of the very best we've seen, wouldn't you say?
When we walked in, we were field level with them, and they just had that look.
They have a look. A lot of colleges would like that look.
Yes, they would.
Yes.
And they are for real, and they put it on the Ironman tonight. Just the 2 scores in the second half, but they were big ones. Long bombs, and
well, they flexed their muscle. They ran the ball with a lot of success the first half. They did have short fields because their defense set them up with the short fields. They could take advantage of that, really always in 4-down territory, even though they seldom needed 4 downs. But those 2 bombs in the 3rd quarter were a thing of beauty, too. Perfectly thrown passes to a whole bevy of wide receivers who are athletic and skilled and can make those deep plays.
All right, the Ironmen go home. The Bishop Watterson Eagles, they advance. And we'll be back to talk more about it after this 3-minute timeout.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
I went from a dead-end job to endless opportunity.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. With advancement opportunities, an on-site health clinic, and generous retirement benefits, you too can be more at Bellisio Foods. Apply today at BellisioFoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO Foods.com/careers.
The Ghost has arrived at Hothead Burritos, and he's our hottest yet. Carolina Reaper cheese, flamin' ghost pepper sauce, hot grilled chicken, sliced jalapenos, and more. Burrito or bowl, the Ghost is here to make all who crave spicy and hot howl with happiness. We dare you to try it. The Ghost is not for the timid. He's a burrito that's from another dimension. Hurry though, because the Ghost will be haunting Hothead only for a limited time. Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
Iron City Implement at the corner of Broadway and Water Streets in Jackson is your one-stop spot for keeping your life on track and moving. Whether it's home or commercial, Iron City Implement has you covered with quality Napa brand auto parts and more. They have all the tools to make that job easier and done right. Milwaukee-powered tools, gas-powered generators, tools and parts and products you may have never even thought you needed. Need a special part you just can't seem to find anywhere else? There's a good chance that you'll find it at Iron City Implement.
Hey, all you Ironman football fans, it's the Chubby Guys podcast, and this year we're bringing you the player of the game each and every single week. Tune in on our Facebook page at chubbyguys@facebook.com, and tune in on our YouTube, our TikTok, our Instagram, anywhere you love your media, that's where we are. Each and every single Friday night, Dan, and Pete are bringing you the live results in the post-game show for who the Chubby Guys podcast player of the week is. So make sure you tune in each and every Friday night. Go Ironman!
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them, with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
ERA Martin & Associates is your local connection to buying and selling real estate. They have a team of great agents ready to help you not only find a property, but actually buy it. There are a lot of steps involved in buying or selling real estate, and it's important to work with an agent you trust to guide you through. ERA agents are extensively trained, and that training never ends because you are too important. ERA Martin & Associates, with offices in Jackson and Wellston, wishing all of our local athletes great success.
Let's go out and do something.
Something like what?
I don't know, something fun, something exciting, something new, something delish.
I know. Let's go bowling at Leella Lanes and eat pizza at Amore's Pizzeria.
Yeah, bowling is something fun and exciting.
Especially with something new at Leella Lanes.
Especially with new renovations underway at Leella Lanes.
Not to forget that Amore's Pizzeria is right inside of Leella Lanes.
Let's go now.
Leella Lanes and Amore's Pizzeria.
Something great.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Keep your athlete in action with Holzer's Saturday morning sports injury clinics. Dr. Kelly Rausch and Charles Zurenberg offer Saturday morning sports clinics at Holzer Sycamore and Gallipolis, and the Holzer Jackson Clinic on Pattonsville Road every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. during the fall sports season. Dr. Rausch and Dr. Z have the experience to keep your athlete in action. No appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. What started in a garage with 2 people and a dream now employs over 100 with offices locally in Wellston, Waterford, and Cincinnati. BCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Join one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest by calling 833-775-1595 or visit bcrmco.com to apply. BCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
Back here. You're listening to Jackson High School Sports on Mix 96 FM.
We're back at Higher Dominion College, where the home of the Bishop Watterson Eagles tonight in round 2 of high school football playoff action, as the Eagles put it to the Ironmen tonight with a final score 34-0.
Eagles flew high tonight.
They certainly had.
It's
and
a very,
all night
very
long.
good program.
All right. It is time for us to give away some awards, as we do each and every week. And right now we will first give away the Monroe Collision of the Game. That's brought to you by Monroe Collision on Main Street in Jackson. Their work says it all.
Thanks so much, Monroe. They get a T-shirt for the guys. It's a Monroe Collision Hit of the Game Award T-shirt. They've done this years in, years out. So let's just go over this year. Our winners previously coming into tonight: Ryan Simets, Gavin Jones, Ryan Taylor, Colson Oyer, Tucker Williams, Charlie Woodard, Gavin Jones, Jacob Allen, Eli Ray, Wes Clegg, Tucker Williams again last week and tonight. Probably a guy that has deserved it many, many times this year. What he does in the trenches, what he does as a lead back in the backfield. Bryce Delaney. Congratulations. He had hit after hit. You can call that a year award.
Yep.
His lead blocking is lethal out of the backfield. His defensive effort and presence in there in the line has been outstanding. What a special senior year for that young man.
Got a motor that never quits.
Never quits. Coach Hall, so proud, loves to brag about that young man. And it didn't matter whether it's practice, games, or workouts. He just never stops. So congratulations. Thank you, Monroe Collision, and appreciate your sponsorship of this award. And congratulations, Bryce Delaney, on a fabulous senior season.
And Jackson senior captain Bryce Delaney with the Monroe Collision Hit of the Game. And we will now turn our attention to the Player of the Game, and that is brought to you by the Chubby Guys podcast. Be sure to tune in each week for the podcast and check out the Facebook page for the date and time.
Jason Gillum's been doing this, I think, since he was just an infant.
Yeah.
I would think, but he's picked up his buddy Chad Reynolds, two outstanding ex-Ironman players and two supporters of the football program. Thank you for their sponsorship. Chubby Guys Player of the Game. Winners this year, let's go through that again. Bodie Wooford, Tucker Williams, Nolan Johnson, Ryan Simets, Bryce Delaney, Ryan Taylor, Colson Oyer, Gavin Jones, Hunter Seitz, Jacob Allen, Nolan Johnson last week and this week. Our player of the game, I thought, was just fabulous. Defensively, probably the most active defensive game I've seen him have in his career here at Jackson. And offensive line, Coach Hall will tell you that right side with he and Jacob Allen have been very strong this year for the Ironmen. So our Chubby Guys player of the game is going to be Colson Oyer. Congratulations to you. You win our 12th Player of the Game award, and senior season, very special. I'm going to miss 14 seniors on this roster. And once again, the stat they can be nothing but proud of would be the fact that they are, in the fact, undefeated from their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior season, 20-0. What a thing they can brag about at their reunions in years to come.
Absolutely. And Pete Wilson is now ready with the final look at tonight's numbers.
All right. Of course, the numbers will really reflect what was the key difference in this game. I know they're good on offense. We saw that. But the defense, my gosh, what a stone wall. Jackson only gets 4 first downs tonight. And this is a very, very good offensive team, as we know. We followed them all year. Jackson held to 4 first downs. Watterson gets 13 first downs. Jackson only had 35 snaps as they really couldn't sustain any offense. Had one possession where they had 2 back-to-back first downs, and, that was it there. Watterson had 41 plays. Jackson rushed the ball 56 yards on 23 carries, so, that's only about 2.5 yards per carry. They average normally about 7 yards per carry. Watterson, 29 carries for 100 yards. The rushing was really a little bit better than that, but they had some losses by the quarterback and then some kneel downs to hurt the team yardage. But they really did their damage in the air the way it turned out. 236 yards passing, including 2 long touchdown plays that certainly sealed the deal there in the third quarter. So Belisari gets 236 yards passing on only 9 completions. So give Watterson 336 yards for the game. Jackson, with their 26 yards passing, only held to 26 as Bodie Wooford just didn't have a lot of time. Plus, the receivers were very well covered. Jackson held under 100 yards, 82 total yards. Jackson was 4 out of 12 passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Watterson was 9 out of 12, 2 touchdowns, no interception. As I said, 236 yards. I counted again. Thatcher Brown had 9 punts tonight. For 235 yards, and they executed the punts under duress every time. Duress meaning their field position, as Thatcher was in the end zone. I'm guessing at least 5 of those punts. 3 punts for 109 yards for Watterson. No turnovers in this game either way, fumbles or interceptions. Some major penalties, but I don't think they had much to do with the result of the game. 8 penalties, 76 yards for Jackson. 5 penalties, 65 yards for Watterson. Nolan Johnson ends his career rushing for 49 yards on 17 carries against this great defense. Bodie, as we said, was 4 out of 11 passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions for 26 yards. 1 halfback pass was the 12th pass that was an incompletion. Zach Weber leads Watterson, 10 carries, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns. As we said, Belisari, 9 out of 12, 2 touchdowns, no intercepts, 236 yards, a 71-yarder to Jake Ulenake in the third quarter, followed closely by a 67-yard bomb to McCoy. So the Ironmen, Haley. The Ironmen lose by a score of 34-0 over this Watterson team, and you and us three will probably talk about it on the way home. Who's better, Watterson or Ironton? I will vote for Watterson. Nothing against the Ironton Fighting Tigers.
No, absolutely not. I want to hear Danny vote for Ironton. I don't think you can. I mean, as good as Ironton is, and they're so fast, and they're special, and they've got D1 kids, they don't have as many D1 kids as this team does.
And Ironton with a big win tonight, leading 44-0 late in that game.
Boy, poor old Portsmouth. You have to play them once during the season, and then what do? You
Turn
win
around.
a tournament game, and you get stuck with them playing that second time.
Exactly.
I'd say that was hard motivation for those Portsmouth kids to get ready for this game.
All right, but Bishop Watterson, what they were, I thought what they were built out to be, number one team in Division III, the rankings anyway. We'll see how it all plays out in this next 6 weeks.
I think they were built out a little better than what I expected. I thought I knew they'd be good, but as you said, when we walked in and were down field level with them, they looked a little more athletic than the three of us walking in.
You think so?
I think I'm pretty convinced of that.
Well, I was talking to their public address announcer before we went on the air, and I said, "How good is this team?" And he said they're pretty special.
Yeah. It's one of the very best Bishop Watterson teams. This is a team, like we said, didn't even start football. This Catholic school didn't start until 1956. They haven't played like Jackson over the century, but they have already got 500 wins going into tonight. They got 501 wins now. That is a big total for the number of years they've been in existence. So they're used to winning a lot here. And, good luck to them now. I mean, I'm okay with them win the state, at least if you're going to get beat by somebody. Let's say we lost to Bishop Watterson, could be the Division III state champion. We lost to the Ironton Fighting Tigers. They have an opportunity to maybe be the Division V state champion. 2 state champions on your schedule, potential state champions. That's not bad. And that's what Coach Hall has insisted ever since he's been here, is to play strong competition. That's what gets you ready for playoff football.
Absolutely. Still waiting on Coach Andy Hall to come up and join us for his final comments tonight. He usually takes a little bit more time in the locker room with these seniors that are playing their last game and so
14 seniors are taking that helmet off for the last time. Some of them will continue to put them on maybe at the next level, but most of them won't. Most of them have given so much time and effort for Jackson High School football program in the community. It's an emotional locker room. It always is, but he is very gracious, and he will be here.
All right, and we'll be back after this 3-minute timeout.
Do you remember being a kid and waking to the smell of bacon frying on the stove? Or the smell of fresh steaks on the grill? Those days are not over. Dave's Custom Butchering in Wellston brings back those childhood memories with some of the best fresh meats available for your family. Smoked bacon, homemade brats, fresh ground beef, and unbelievable steaks are waiting for you at Dave's Custom Butchering. Dave's Custom Butchering, West Broadway Street in Wellston. Call ahead and we'll have your order ready. 740-384-2340.
Getting ready to start that new home improvement project you've been putting off for weeks? Not entirely sure what supplies are needed? Let Hammond Hardware and Lumber help you get everything you need. Locally owned and conveniently located on Main Street in Hamden, Hammond Hardware and Lumber is your one-stop shop for everything from hardware and plumbing to gardening items and Kalmbach feed. They're also an authorized case knife dealer and stocked with unique items like candy, gifts, and Silverbridge coffee. They have everything you need to finish that ever-growing to-do list. Call 740-855-4178 or stop by at 106 North Main Street in Hamden today.
Paisley Permanent Cosmetics is an upscale, modern, permanent makeup studio and training center specializing in brows, eyeliner, and lip blush. Whether you're an experienced artist looking to take your skills and business to the next level or someone looking for a career change, we offer training for everyone. Sign up to learn all of Paisley's permanent makeup techniques and business tips. Paisley Permanent Cosmetics is located above Miguel Christian Salon at 117 Burlington Road in Jackson. Message us on Facebook or text 740-418-2024 today.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait, order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
The Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home has been serving the Jackson and Oak Hill areas for many years, starting in Oak Hill in 1941 as the Keener Lewis Funeral Home and expanding into Jackson in 1984 and becoming the Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home in 2012. Throughout the years, we've been a funeral home that believes each family gets the same level of attention and care they deserve during difficult times. Lewis and Gillum Funeral Home, 202 West Maple Avenue in Oak Hill and 28 Harding Avenue in Jackson. Lewis Gillum Funeral Home, Director David Gillum.
Are you looking for great food in downtown MacArthur? You've got to try Mullins Pizza, located on East Main Street. Mullins Pizza starts serving breakfast at 7 a.m. and continues to serve you for dine-in, carry-out, and delivery throughout lunch and dinner. Give them a call at 596-5906. Mullins Pizza, located at 105 East Main Street in downtown MacArthur. Open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 7 until midnight Friday and Saturday, Sunday from 4 until 11. For some delicious pizza, subs, salads, and more, whether dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. Call Mullins Pizza in downtown MacArthur at 596-5906.
Are you looking for a reliable title company? Warranty Title Agency is a place you can trust. Whether you're closing on your first home or deed preparation, title exams, and more, Warranty Title Agency has got you covered. Stop by 227 East Main Street, Jackson, or call 740-286-2248. Also online at warrantytitleagency.com. Proudly supporting Jackson and Oak Hill football. Warranty Title Agency, where your trust meets our dedication. Go Ironman and Oaks!
When your car needs a little TLC, trust the experts at TNR Discount Tire to get you back on the road in no time. From routine maintenance to major repairs, our skilled technicians have the know-how to tackle any job, big or small. At TNR Discount Tire, we pride ourselves on providing top-notch service and prices that won't leave you stranded. And with our commitment to quality and reliability, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle's in good hands. So why wait? Schedule your appointment today at 288-1372 and experience the difference at TNR Discount Tire, conveniently located off State Route 35 at 740 Clary Road. TNR Discount Tire, under new ownership since May of 2023, is where your satisfaction drives us.
Football as the Ironman game inside 2 hours of play tonight, because we did have the running clock for most of the second half, but some of the other games around the area still in the fourth quarter.
You're scanning. Give us an update on some
I'll give
scores.
you some updates as I have. Ironton Fighting Tigers 44-0 over the Portsmouth Trojans. How about the Rock Hill Redmond losing to Cincinnati Country Day 50-20, and the Trimble Tomcats trying to come from behind to beat Conotton Valley Rockets.
That's
they trail
a dandy.
West Muskingum Tornadoes, they are leading Fairland Dragons 26-7. Wheelersburg getting them in the fourth quarter. They lead by 12 over Union
Feels
Local.
like Wheelersburg's going to advance.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little thing about Wheelersburg. Ended up 6-4 on the season, and how distraught they were. Their 4 losses were against 4 very good teams.
Yeah, and the Athens Bulldogs winning or losing 35 to nothing, or 35-14 to Steubenville.
You'll come up. We'll definitely wait.
So,
okay, see you in a minute.
What you got?
Licking Valley defeated Bloom Carroll 29-17. I believe, if I remember in my bracket, is that now who Watterson will play? Licking Valley.
I think that's what we had the potential, unless there were upsets, that was who they were going to be playing against, was going to be the winner of that game.
That's in the fourth quarter. I took a second look, but it's late, and there's a 12-point lead for the Panthers of Licking Valley over the Bloom Carroll Bulldogs, who we know so well.
Stay with us, too. I just got a call from Coach Hall. The locker room is probably a half a mile away from here.
It seems like it, doesn't it?
It really is, and he's headed this way. He just wanted to let us know that he will be here as we continue to kill some time here. But once again, he is saying goodbye to 14 seniors and a lot of Jackson Ironmen. And once again, they are league champs, 20 straight wins within the league, the things we can be so very proud of. And, a lot of players coming back, a lot of good future. This program is, always in good hands. And, Coach Hall, 16 seasons here. I mean, it's been an amazing run. Far, far and away the winningest coach in Jackson high school history.
Well, looking at that Region 11 bracket, you've had, in these quarterfinal games, we had tonight's game, Bishop Watterson, Jackson, and then Licking Valley, Bloom Carroll, we just talked. In the lower half of that bracket, we've got Steubenville beating Athens, and then Tri-Valley and Dover. Pete, you got a score on that one?
Yes, Tri-Valley leads Dover 35-34 in the fourth quarter.
Wow, that's a close one.
That's far from over.
All right.
On there.
People got their $11 worth there. What do you think?
Yes, they certainly did.
Yes. I don't know if it goes up again next week. I think for the OSHAA, I would guess it would.
If you can masquerade as a student, $5.
There you go.
Well, shout out again. We are going to start winter sports now, obviously. Basketball is around the corner. Basketball has been going 2 weeks for the girls program. Coach Chad Carpenter actually had his first scrimmage this last week up at Wellston. So they are rounding into form, and they will be playing at the end of November their first game. The Jackson boys program has had 1 week of practice. They are going to be getting after it now, and we're going to be picking up a few new bodies from the football program.
A few of these players finish the season tonight will be stepping right into their basketball shoes.
Yeah. Let's take one more 1 minute timeout and come back with Coach Hall. He's working his way up into the press box. So we're going to take one more 1 minute timeout. Stay tuned with us, folks, and we'll be talking with the head coach of the Jackson Ironmen, Coach Andy Hall.
At Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, we understand the importance of community and tradition. That's why we're proud to support Jackson Ironman football and all other high school sports. Whether you're cheering from the stands or supporting from afar, we're honored to be a part of the Ironman family. Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, providing compassionate care when you need it the most and celebrating the spirit of our local heroes. Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Athletics.
Cottle Chipping is focused on providing logging and land clearing services with the highest levels of customer satisfaction and will do everything they can to meet your expectations. With a variety of offerings to choose from, they are sure you'll be happy working with them. There is no job too large for Cottle Chipping. Cottle Chipping has been in business for over 40 years, which is experience that you can trust. For more information about your logging and chipping needs, call Cottle Chipping at 740-596-5984. That's 740-596-5984.
When your vehicle or semi finds itself stuck on the road, call the rescue team at Angles Garage and Wrecker Service located at 10992 Chillicothe Pike in Jackson. They provide 23.5 hours of damage-free towing and recovery service. Whether you need roadside service, a tow, or repairs, you can count on their team to get the job done. Angles Garage and Wrecker Service is also an authorized U-Haul dealer. Call Angles Garage and Wrecker Service at 577-3636. Let's hook up.
I'm done. We are back here at Ohio Dominican College. I keep wanting to say Bishop Watterson, but that's where the Eagles play their home games, and the Ironmen lose it. Their season ends tonight, 34-0. But boy, you ran into buzzsaw tonight. Bishop Watterson, a very good football team.
You know they are, and just like we were talking about before we came on the air, that this may be the best football team we've ever coached against. You know, Zanesville back in 2015, you know, they were in the state semifinals that year and had a shot to maybe win it all. And, you know, I thought up to that point they were probably the best team. But tonight, like you said, we ran into a buzzsaw. I mean, we knew that we were going to have a hard time up front with our front four, and they were as good as advertised. You know, they shut down our running game. Secondary-wise, they kind of played their zones and matched up with us, and I mean, we just struggled to, you know, move the football. I thought our defense played really well, really in that first half.
Really did.
But we gave up some short fields.
Field possession was such a nightmare for us offensively that they kind of shifted that four-man front almost to a bear look or a six-man front, and just made it really hard on us to block that many bodies with our backs to the end zone.
Right, and they showed a couple fronts that we hadn't seen all year. That being one of them, and. So we got our guys confused early, but you know we didn't have any time to throw the ball. Bodie was running around there for his life, and we couldn't sustain blocks up front. We dropped a few passes. We made the wrong read a couple times. I mean, we just offensively, there was no one you could say, well, this kid played really well. We just didn't play well at all. But then you got to give credit to those guys. They forced that. Right. You know, we had a great week of practice. Our kids were very focused. They were very confident going into the game. You may not be able to see that with the outcome of the game, but we were very confident, and they weren't intimidated at all. But you know, we ran into just a great football team, and there's a reason why they're picked number one in the state, and they're picked to win the state championship. They were there last year and got beat by a Toledo Central Catholic team. It was unbelievable, and you know they got a shot to make another run. But again, our kids played hard. They didn't give up. And even in that second half, our defense I thought really was physical and didn't give up anything in the run game. We gave up a couple long bombs because we're selling out on the run.
Yep.
And they play action pass, got over the top of us a couple times. But, our kids didn't quit. Our kids never do that. They played hard tonight, but we just played a lot better football team.
Well, it's a shame. Everybody ends up, except if you're not the state champ, you have to end up on a sour note. And it just doesn't seem right. This group of seniors that just played their last game for Jackson, I think one of the great bragging rights they're ever going to have. And when they ever come back to reunions, enjoy the moment is that in their 4 seasons, they went undefeated in league play.
They did. And, you think about not only that, but these last 2 years, we have played in the second round a defending state finalist.
Yes.
2 years in a row. And the last 2 years, we get beat, 2-point play. We don't execute. We get beat by 2 points. And then we got beat in the last play of the game last year. So it wasn't like, we competed. This year was a little bit more lopsided, but, I think this year's team may be better than what Bloom Carroll was last year and Watterson a couple of years before that.
I think this team's a lot better than Bloom Carroll was last year. Hate to say it, because that was a game we easily easily, but we could have won that game.
Yeah.
Tonight, we don't. It's not one of those where you're doing the Rocky thing and asking for a rematch.
No, this was they had us outmanned almost in every position.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes in sport, you play one more game till you run into this situation,
right.
And in our region, you're going to do that.
There's 4 regions in Division III. This one had far and away the most computer points Watterson did of anybody else in the state. Well, that's why they're ranked number 1 in the state.
Right.
So, and for us to win the state, we had to beat them at some point.
Right.
But we had to get them too early. We had to get them too early in this tournament.
Right. And that's the thing. We, put all of our guys on, all the teams in our region on the board in the weight room in the summertime. Say, guys, if we want to win a regional championship, here's the gauntlet, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change next year either. So, something for our younger kids to work on and understand, hey, this is the level, this is where the bar is. If you want to win a championship, it's not just, winning a conference championship is awesome, but if we want to move that next level, these are teams you got to be able to beat. And what are you going to do to get yourself better to compete at that level? So, great learning experience for our underclassmen, our seniors. Again, like you said, a great career of, 4 years in a row winning the conference championship, undefeated. We get in the playoffs all 4 years. Great runs in the playoffs and great games. I know this. You remember your last game, and this game's not the best one to remember. But like you said, when time passes and you look back at your career, you look at there's a lot more good than there was bad.
Well, there's a lot of good underclassmen on this roster that are going to remember this game and be pretty hungry, I think, 30 days from now or whenever you can get started back.
Right, and and it's a lesson learned, and hopefully these juniors now, which is 23 of them, great class, they've had some great success too, and hopefully they can learn and bring those younger kids behind them up through the ranks and show them, hey, this is how we need to do business. So. But again, let's talk about our seniors real quick. Again,
it is a senior night.
This senior night, Tucker Williams, the 4-year starter. Again, outside linebacker, inside linebacker. He's lead our team in tackles, first team all conference. District votes are coming out, I think, this weekend.
He should be there somewhere.
He should be there somewhere.
Yes.
Nolan Johnson, 3-year starter. Of course, leading rusher this year, player of the year in our conference. Probably, I would think, has a great shot at being player of the year in the district. We'll see what happens. Gavin Jones, another 3-year starter. That's a theme here.
Touchdown, Gavin.
Yeah.
But you know what he did tonight? He had 8 great snaps, and 5 of them were into the end zone. That's not easy.
No, it's not. But again, outside linebacker, tight end for us for the last 3 years. Joel Cashmore, a special teams guy, started on several special teams. For us. Ryan Taylor, our second leading tackler, moved. First time ever playing inside linebacker. He had a great season, and of course played tight end, which he never played there either. Billy Hay, who had injuries throughout the year, he was playing on some special teams. He unfortunately couldn't finish the season, but he's going to join the military and do great things there.
Congrats to him.
Yeah. Ryan Stewart, he came from the soccer team, good athlete, played on our special teams, had a hard time staying healthy, but kept battling every year and shut up every year, getting better, and really stuck it out. Bryce Delaney, of course, 3-year starter. I mean, he's the heart and soul of our football team. He's what an Ironman football player is Bryce Delaney. You know, tough and rugged and just, you know, never always can be always accountable. And again, started at fullback and of course played nose tackle and defensive tackle for us this year.
That's an ultimate compliment.
Yeah, I mean,
really
he just, you know, he was just a warrior from day one. And again, like I said, I told him, I said, if I'm in a foxhole, he'd be the first guy I'd pick for sure. Christian Fox, first-year player, and stuck it out. Got a chance to play a little bit on the D-line for us this year, but first year playing football, and I thought he really, stuck it out and practiced hard and really showed some things. And I wish we had him for another year. Hunter Seitz, 2-year starter at center. Again, made a lot of our line calls. He's a tough kid, good leader, kid never misses, and you can always count on him to be there every day. And, he's going to be sorely missed. Don't lose the family, though, because we got Gavin, his little brother, still coming through the ranks. So that's a good thing. Jordan Causey, everyone loves Causey. A kid that works hard, starting on special teams. He's a worker. And, again, he stuck it out and did good things for us. Colson Oyer, another captain. 2-year starter, offense and defense line, had to play defense for the first time this year, and I thought he had a fabulous season for us. Charlie Stuckey, unfortunate injuries really derailed his senior year, but again, showed up every day and was willing to work. And then Joey Springer, he couldn't play tonight because he got hurt last week, we know. But again, another kid that, academically had some issues early, so he couldn't play, but then he stuck it out the whole year, be able to play the last couple games, and that's, again, showing commitment and dedication to the program. And, those seniors will be sorely missed. And these kids, I've had them since Pee Wee. I've been here long enough now. I remember, Ryan Taylor and Tucker Williams, of course, were dads, coach and coached for me. I remember when those kids were 2 years old. And babies in the locker room. And now they're seniors through our program. So, of course, they're always going to be part of our family. They're always welcome to come back. You see alumni all the time on our sidelines each and every year. And, these guys accomplished so much, so very proud of them. And again, they're always going to be part of our family. And I want to thank our coaching staff. Jake Taylor, thinking about this, my guy's been with me almost all 16 years for the most part.
I will say, we got our hands on the scouting report this week. Your guys worked so hard. That was a great report, and they were right on top of it.
They do a great job. I mean, this is definitely a 12-man program. I mean, when it comes to the varsity level, I mean, it just, this is not a one-man show by no means. But, Jake Taylor, our defensive coordinator, coaching, wide receivers and outside linebackers. Jeffrey Allen stepped up again in this role, probably taking over our offensive line, once my dad retired. Mm-hmm. Offense and defensive line. Travis Huff has been with me all 16 years. Him and Jake coaching running backs and coaching those corners. And again, really helps me with the offensive game plan. Him and Jeffrey. Adam Jones, he's been 15 out of the 16. Again, he's our tight ends coach, inside linebackers guy. He really helps with Jake and Tyler Jeffers with our defensive game planning. Doug Wooden, we got him back as a volunteer basis. It was hit and miss with him because with his job as administrator. But again, anytime he can come up for 15, 20 minutes, it's a great experience for our kids.
Doug Wooten does right.
Does right. And again, just to have him around when he can is viable. And again, he's been with me these last 2 years. I've missed out with him, but the first 14, he was with me. Kendall Neal, who of course played for me. He's helped with our, was our head freshman coach this year and really does everything we need him to do in coach any position. Tyler Jeffers, another former player of ours, offense and defensive lines, and really does a lot, again, with the defensive game plan. Zach Shope, we brought him on this year. I've known Zach since he was born down in Lucasville, and his mom and I track coaches together and been friends forever. And stole him away from Valley High School, and again, he's been a varsity assistant for 6 years, and the kids really have enjoyed him, and he fits right in with our staff, let's put it that way. And then Chase Burdine from Oak Hill, this is his first year as well. Again, had promising future for those two. Those two are young guys. We need to. We're getting old. We got some old guys, man.
Look around who you're talking to right now.
So it's nice to have some younger coaches to have the energy and to have new, fresh ideas. And because we've been together for so long, not letting us to just be settled into the same old. So those guys brought some great ideas this year. And, again, our staff is just unbelievable. And then, of course, Chris Bice and, his workers for the equipment and all the stuff that he'd do for us. behind the scenes is incredible. Jason Crawford, again, 16 years with me. Him and Dr. Kelly Roush, they take care of all of our sidelines and take care of our medical issues.
The best.
And they do a great job.
Our medical situation's the best of any school I can imagine.
It is. And, of course, my sideliners, my Motors Club, for my Boucher clubs, they provide everything for us. Without them, we couldn't have anything that we have. I want to thank my athletic director, Waylon Massey, for his support, my superintendent, Phil Howard, my principal, Tyler Swackhammer, who was a former assistant of mine, and again, he's worked his way up the ranks. Again, he understands what football in Jackson's all about. And of course, Doug Wooten, like we talked about, is now our assistant principal, and he tries to come in when he wants to or when he can. But again, having that, and our school board members, allow me to do this for 16 years, has been an honor. Really enjoy what we do, and again, at this time of year, it's exhausting. You run out of gas, and it just feel like that. You have nothing left to give, but that time away will help a little bit. But then we're going to get right back on it, and I want to thank my family. I want to thank my wife and my kids and my stepkids and my in-laws and my parents and just everyone that's part of my family that's there to support me. And when you're not home not around the house much, and you're gone a lot, and you come home stressed and upset and all this stuff, emotional like I can be. It's nice to have a good family base to support that. And again, this profession is too hard if you don't have people to help you. And again, I want to thank all those people as well.
Yeah, Coach, wonderful job. You do have a great support group. And one of the strengths of this Jackson program, besides all the people you mentioned that support and back you financially and whatever, is you and the coaching staff, longevity. I mean, that just keeps us all on the same pace.
Right.
And like you said, a month or so from now, we get right back at it for next year. That sure beats having a new coach every other year or whatever some schools have to fight through. We thank you for being with us this long.
Yeah, well, you're right, and it is a family, and because we've been together so long, our staff meetings don't last very long because we already know what we kind of want to do, and it's an opportunity that a lot of head coaches that I know, they're friends of mine around the state, just don't have. They have new people every year. They don't, they're not teachers, so they're not on the same schedule. Their staffs are in and out, and that can be a headache. And for us, we're just so blessed, and I think our kids don't really understand how blessed they are to have coaches that care as much as they do about their performance and their off the field issues and their academics and everything else. This is a true program with so many people that are part of this, and you guys, again, thank you guys for another year of, now we're plus 40 or 50 years of you guys doing your thing. Again, I appreciate being able to talk to you guys on in pre-games and post-game shows, and you guys, the voice of Ironman is real, and I know a lot of people back home love to listen to you three, and again, appreciate what you guys do as well.
Well, Coach, it's been 12 straight weeks we get to talk to you, but I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.
Well, we'll be around basketball season.
You better believe it. I claim you for a halftime or two there, okay?
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, guys.
All right, Coach Andy Hall with his post-game comments, and we certainly appreciate everything he does for the Jackson Ironman.
Well, he's so good about coming up every time to give us post-game. So there's some people probably driving about halfway back to Jackson and still getting to listen to this post-game, aren't they?
Right. Well, that'll do it for us.
Yes. We'll make
Jackson
that drive
Ironman
soon.
lose tonight 34-0. Their season comes to an end, and the Bishop Watterson Eagles will move on to the next round of
One
the
of the best
playoffs.
tickets in town.
We will, and so with that, we'll say for Dan Morrow and Pete Wilson, this is Dan Dobbins.